Some Morpheus. Yeah, we on. Yep, I'm gonna send the link. I'm going to put you in the pseudo killer group, Morpheus. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need to come. That'll work. You're always on your A game, man. I swear you is. I'm sending it right now. I see the people coming up in the building, man. I see y'all. Pastor Bennett, how you doing, sir? Yeah, get ready to go on. What's up? No, I ain't. Go ahead. Hey, Chef, introduce the audience, man. We in here.
Oh, damn, I ain't need. Oh, we live already? Okay, what's up? What's up, pseudo killers? We back on deck. Damn, everything. I ain't even got my camera and stuff set up yet, yo. You just jumped straight and went. You just jumped straight in on live. All right, we are pseudo killers. We on deck. Just had. I was just listening to a y'all conversation on Garfield. I guess we're gonna back off of that conversation. I think we can definitely get somewhere with that conversation.
Up in the chat room because I see you, Sheffrin.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you now, yeah. All right. What? What you say?
I was saying I was trying to set up my computer and stuff.
Oh, all right, set it up.
Oh, I didn't know you was live already.
Oh, you want to go live the other way?
No, this cool. All
right, okay. Yeah, I'm live already, man. I want to catch that crowd, man. Let's see how many people we got in the joint, man. Let's see. You know, it's important. Got 26 people here so far. Fritz, the usual suspects. Yeah, we got the usual suspects. Did we put the serial killer link in there? And then we got a serial killer link in there. Yeah, let's see. Hey, where you at, Corey?
I'm in here. What up? Peace. Oh, y'all live already?
Yeah, man. We catch this people, man. Yeah, it's just, you know what I'm saying, yo. You know, we all work on our A game, man. I'm working on my presentation to get it better. Just sometimes I just get frustrated, man, because I can see. I see, man. Like I see through the eyes of science, man. So when you see through the eyes of science, yo, it's not that I don't have compassion, right? You know, I try to stay away from calling my people slaves because that's what the pseudo do. And you know, I get it, man. Like we all get it, but at a certain point, when your life on the line, man, you just gotta err to the side of caution, man. That's my point. Like you worrying about 7 people dying, yo, out of 40,000 people, and you're not worried about the 3,000 people that die every day because COVID. Somebody said on the other channel, yeah, you know that's known for 3,000. Okay, yeah, it's 3,000 additional deaths. See, that's another thing. That's how they actually know, you know, about COVID deaths. And people say, well, they don't know how many people die from COVID. No, they know the average death rate in North America. It's called statistics, man. Okay. And so based off of that, they know that now out of no goddamn where, right, we got an additional this every single day. They know how many people die every day in North America based off of car crashes, drug overdoses, heart attack, this and that, and then they got a number for that. See, the people you want to fight use math, science, technology. All right? It's crazy. But go ahead, Corey.
No doubt. You know, and like I was saying earlier, like we gotta base our lives as much in reality as possible. You know what I mean? So when we do things that when we pass out information and we listen to information as counter to reality or outside of reality, you know, that's just terrible for the community. We can't allow that. We can't let it go to the side. We can't say, oh, he got the right to say that, because man, it just is like a pathogen, man. That bad information, you know, it's like a pathogen, man. It is, man. And that's what I was saying earlier, you know. Yeah, you know, I brought a little bit of religion into it or whatever, but it's a part of the pattern of thinking. You know what I'm saying? The pattern of thinking outside of reality. You know, that's foundational to our people, the Christianity. Pastor Bennett said something about, you know, it was a few things I wanted to address about with our conversation. He talked about us, you know, or having people come before me that believed in Christianity, right? That did things for me, right? Mm-hmm. But the thing is, and like I told him earlier, that those people did that. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't a religion that did that. It was my fellow human beings that looked out for me, that took bullets, that had fire hoses on them, and dogs chewing out their crotch, and, you know, some of them being hung, a lot of them being kept as political prisoners. I mean, all of these different human beings, all of these different people did that. It had nothing to do with religion, whether they believed it or not. You know what I'm saying? It was their actions that helped me out. It wasn't had to do with their belief. You know what I mean? And the thing is that the love for their people was stronger than they believed. You see what I'm saying? And they demonstrated that. You know what I mean? So you know, that's what I look at when I look at those heroes that came before me, that allowed me to be on this technology that we own, and talking the talk that I'm talking, because a lot of the talk that I'm talking, I couldn't say that without them running up in my house a few hours from now and dragging me up and down the street. You know what I'm saying? But I'm able to do this. I'm able to have this speech and talk this talk because of the people that came before me. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to address to him that don't think I don't understand where I came from, but I understand what happened too. You know what I mean? But that's all I wanted to say. Man, I want to I want to add, you know, a liar make it halfway around the world before the truth can get out of bed and get his pants on.
And with that, Black African Power, what's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee. Man, y'all already know what it is, man. It's the pseudo killers on deck. We come to do, we got to do. We going to do, we got to do. We standing tall, we standing strong. Pseudo killers on deck. Hey, what's up with your concrete Corey, man? What it do? What it do? What it do?
Peace, 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 man. Trying to learn what I don't know and teach what I do.
Boy, I see you. Well, I see you with the accuracy. Boy, Morpheus, what's good, man? What it do? What it do?
What's good? What's good, big bro? Great job, man, as usual, man. You already know just what we do. Stomp the bullshit out.
Yeah, that's all day long, man. That's all day long, man. Sheffin, what's up with you, bro? What it do? What it do? I ain't in there yet. Well, I'm taking his time. CK, the poet. What's good with you, sis?
Peace, peace. Peace to the panel. Peace to the chat. Hopefully everybody's doing lovely.
Peace, CK.
Hey there. Who that?
Morpheus.
Oh, that Morpheus? Hey, you.
Well, peace, sis.
What's up? I didn't know you was going live. Like, I literally just walked in the door. I was like, yo.
Yeah, we wanted to catch some of the crowd come from Garfield, man. We in the middle of a war.
Oh.
You done launched out the Cybo, so it's on and popping.
Oh, man. I told Sean I need to read them articles, man. There's so many. I think I'm just going to take a day and just go through all of them. Because I'm so behind.
Don't worry about it. You was working on a movie. I get it.
I'm actually about to get started on the next one.
Waiting for you.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
Well, appreciate you. Well, see, we got a nice crowd. 46,000 people in there. What's up, D? I see you. What's good? Vasa, what it do, man? Chef Carter, what's good with you, man? Thurman, Meredith, what's up with you? Who we got in it? Miss Tiffany. Yeah. I heard you over there, Miss Tiffany. I can read. Shoot tech. What's up with you, man? What it do? What it do? All right. We want to kind of continue the conversations because at this point, boy, we're in the vaccine wars in the Black community, man. We need Jesus. Man, what's good?
Seriously, yo.
Igbo, what's up with you? Zan, what's up with you? I see you. I see you, Yay. What up with you? What up? All right, man. I see you, Blue. All right. Daryl Blue, Scripture Repairs. I probably said that wrong. I tried. Jagar Davis. All right. I see you. Sonny V. Coy. Matter of fact, Sonny on the panel. How you doing there, brother, Sonny? JC.
Peace, bro.
How you doing, man? Appreciate you coming through on the open panel today, man. Luminous P. What's good? So, okay, man, we building this channel. What, man? Y'all know what it is, man. If you listen to this, don't get your feelings hurt. All right. We you know what I mean? We non-believers over here. It is what it is. But I can understand people's religious understanding. And there's always a tie-in. So I want to kind of explain in my way what Corey was saying. Now, I thought Corey was crystal clear. And the way he explained it, clear. What he's saying is, when the conscious community act like they no longer deal with the Muslim and Christian God and act like now they're in the new age, they actually bring the religion with them. That same philosophical thought, they just change the names. I'm gonna say this again as clear as possible. When you claim you no longer deal with God and Jesus Christ, you actually come over and you make up your own God, you make up your own religion, and it's still the same philosophical thought. You have not changed. You just changed the name. How they said the names change, but the game has not. And so you bring your religion over to what you call consciousness, where consciousness becomes a damn religion, where you can just believe anything. So over here, we try to judge things through the merit of science, is what we want to do here. We want to view the world through the lenses of science. I see you when you try to corrupt science. There's no way for us to fight this war, these vaccine wars, but by using science. And so we will be highlighting Sabir Bey. He's an anti-vaxxer. And we will highlight all elders. I got a couple elders I got to call, and I'm going to ask for their stance, and I'm going to educate them. And if they still promoting that rhetoric, I got to call you out. I got to call you out for love. The same love you gave us, we got to give the love back. You know, I can't keep it unless I give the love. So I'm just giving back the love I got when I was wrong about Africa. So, you know, be on the lookout. I see you. I see you, elder. I see you, anti-vaccine. I see you. So it is what it is, man. What you got to say there, Concrete Court? What's up with you, man?
Excuse me, could you approve Polo to come on? Somebody?
All right, let me get that for you. Let me get the Mr.
Cool.
Polo in here, man, real quick, man.
Yeah, hey, peace to everybody in the chat. How y'all doing? Peace,
What's up, Sean?
What up with
there
you,
goes
man?
Chef in front of the laptop, yo. He getting it in. Go, Chef.
Yeah, he got the sturdy shit. Polo in here. See you, man. What's good, Chef? I see you looking like Cannon's class over there with the crystal clear.
No, this ain't even. Hey, look, this the camera that I was telling you I'm gonna send you.
Yeah, that's average. I can see the average. It's the average.
This is a webcam, but it look way better than what you working with.
Oh, damn. Beggars can't.
Yeah, I like the setup though, Chef.
Yeah, thanks, yo.
Yeah, Polo ain't in here yet, Morpheus.
Yeah, it's asking for ID. I think he got to download Zoom. That's what it is.
Yeah, ain't no ID. Yeah, tell him download the Zoom. We got him. We'll get him over here, man. Get everybody in here with an open panel discussion, man. If you're an anti-vax on the panel, you're definitely welcome. Get in.
Yo, real quick, can I say something?
We ain't gonna warn them,
Yeah, you got to give the warning. You got to give the warning.
Just letting y'all know there shall be no mother flipping mercy over here. You come crazy, we gonna hit you with the thermonuclear weapons, and it is what it is. So you better come sourced up.
Peace.
Yeah. So,
peace to the panel.
What up, dog? So, real quick, you remember, well, during the last conversation, you know, people that use the religious tone as far as like, we don't need a vaccine. God, you know, if God made the vaccine, the virus, God also made the cure. The cure going to be found in the earth, right?
Yeah, bet.
Okay. We haven't found the cure. They've been looking for a whole year. And not just America, every country, every scientist, every head of whatever bureaucracy across this globe cannot find this cure that's supposed to be already here from the heavenly above. So it's only right that science do its job. It did its job in the 1700s. You know, it's been doing its job since then, and it's going to continue to do its job. You know, scientists ain't looking for the higher ups. You know what I mean? They might pray at night before they go to bed, yo. You know, for the strength and the willpower to continue to do the job, the things that they need to do to heal, to help find a solution to heal the rest of the world. But when it comes to their work, they got to put in that work. So we have to pay attention to that, and we can't let people get off with that. And ain't no herb healing this. We done went through that. They're trying to find a common ground where herbs and vaccines can coexist. And there may be some herbs out there that may be able to inspire some things for people. Now listen to me closely. Health-wise, nothing to do with the vaccine. I'm just sheer health-wise. So if you want to stay on your herbs, stay on your herbs, but it ain't gonna cause an immune response to defeat the COVID-19. That's been tested. Your syrups, your crystals, your copper, Yahweh, Yahweh Shah, and Allah. I'm pulling the cord right now. Ain't none of them coming. I ain't saying the J word. Old boy gonna pop up again. It's gonna be a rap.
Hey man,
It's gonna pop up like
You
magic.
can't forget about Wider. Somebody.
Buddy, yo.
earlier that I know what they was talking about the other day. Whiter. Boy, they had me, man. That was so hilarious, dude. That was funny.
Yo,
Uh-huh.
somebody, Dr. Heathcliff Huxtable wants somebody to speak on the effects of the vaccine on elders. He said he's not afraid of it. He just wants to know the effect.
Got you. Got him.
Oh, that's good work right there.
Yeah, we'll start off with the effects aren't worse than catching the coronavirus and having heart problems, liver problems, stomach problems, sleep disorders, and a whole 9 yards come with it. So I just want to start off with that part of it.
Yeah. What is the most arguments that you hear from people concerning the vaccine?
Hold on. Before you leave that point and answer that question, the effects of the vaccine on elders is the results are as positive as they are in the youngest people who've taken the vaccine. They are showing over 90-something% efficacy in the elder population of the vaccine takers that were a part of the vaccine trials, whether it be Moderna or Pfizer. And when we get AstraZeneca, we'll review that homework too. So absolutely, it's been showing promise in the older trial members or the elders that have taken the vaccines. And I'm talking about, when I say older, I'm talking about from the late 60s, 75s, because they only did them up to a certain point. So I think they stopped around 75-year-old, even though they've been vaccinating everybody over 75 now. But 75 years of age was the oldest. Mm-hmm. And, from that range as far as elderly, man, they're getting high efficacy ratio.
No, I don't believe you, Sean.
Oh, you don't believe me?
Source up or shut up.
I'm on my cell phone right now. You give me a minute, I get back on my laptop and I can pull up the reports from Moderna and Pfizer.
Is it in the pseudo killers group?
Yep.
Maybe CK can grab it. No,
CK, you got the latest, the Moderna one. It's in the chat.
Yes.
It's in the Moderna one in the chat. You can pull it up real quick.
I put them both in the Discord server. It's in the anti-vax section.
Yeah, so we. Yeah, so CK got access to them. We can pull them up, and you'll see for yourself the results on the elderly.
Yeah, so we're gonna provide that source before the show is over with. Because around here, yo, we don't pretend like we work in labs and all that. We rely on the scientific data. The same way y'all rely on Rizza Islam, same way y'all rely on Farrakhan, we rely on the scientists and the information. So I'm not trusting no one scientist. All right? I don't trust human beings. Human beings have to earn my trust. All right? Simple as that. Okay? So, I mean, not trying to beat the horse on religion, because this ain't what we're doing right this moment, but we always can. Like, don't act like human beings didn't write the Bible. Okay? Don't act like if you understand the construction of the Bible, you had certain scribes that was feeling like certain words should be in here. They felt like that was a better translation, so they eased their words in here. And then you'll find in the margin where people will come back and say, that's not originally supposed to be in there, and they'll change that back. All right? Don't act like they had printing presses. So errors were made. So, we rely on human beings to write, whether it's the carvings on the wall, whether it's in papyri, medical papyri, whether it's in biblical literature, Sumerian literature, whatever. Okay, we rely on humans. So the best way is to have that strainer of science. That's when you really get to the nitty-gritty. All right, just want to kind of put that right there, man. Do anybody know what the hell? I haven't watched it yet. But what in the hell is this thing that Rizza Islam is doing? What is that?
I didn't see it.
I ain't seen
somebody. What is he doing? What is that? You send me a video or something? What is that, Sean?
Yeah, that's Rizza Islam in Atlanta.
Who is he talking?
Supposedly all those white coats was up there, supposed to be doctors that he was asking questions to get answers about things that supposedly vaccines have done to people and or scenario and subject or cases or test cases.
Okay.
So it was an anti-vaccine sentiment. And yeah, he was on it heavy. So he's using those white coats. I don't know who any of them white coats are, where they come from, none of that. Because he don't say none of that in the video, but it was in Atlanta. So it's like he got some white people off the street, yo.
Yeah, he's trying to piggyback off Minister Louis Farrakhan, because there's a little video floating around, right? Farrakhan, I'm telling y'all, don't take the vaccine. Don't take it. I'm warning you.
Yeah, and he's got these people up there, so it's a whole anti-vaccine stilo. I wonder if Farrakhan gonna be responsible for the people that pass away with that rhetoric. If he gonna assume responsibility for that.
Yeah, right, they're gonna go in the mothership. What are you talking about?
Yeah, see, that's a whole problem.
I seen that video
like
with
you telling these people don't take the vaccine, and then you provide no alternative. And do you even have a viable alternative for these people while you telling them don't take it, yo? Rizza Islam, Sabir Bey, Ali Baba Muhammad.
Anti-vaxxer.
Nah, his name is not Ali Baba Muhammad. His name is Dr. Ali Amaru Shakawar Seke Muhammad Netiru Yahweh Shah.
Oh man.
Of the Amaru tribe.
Oh man, made up.
That's what he say. That's what he say.
You was able to remember all that?
Man, listen, bro. I had to listen to that video. His name kept coming up like that. I was going crazy.
He got his own medical practice. He called it Aboriginal medicine. Some shit. Y'all ever heard him kick that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and while we're talking about Ali Muhammad, since everybody here watched the video that I did yesterday, what is he guilty of that I mentioned in the video yesterday?
Foolishness.
See, come on, there was a key word that I mentioned in the appeal to authority video yesterday.
Appeal to authority? He ain't even appealing to no damn.
He's not just appealing to authority. He's not just doing that. There's one key term that I mentioned.
What is it?
When I was talking about the authority biases.
What is it? Which one?
He's guilty of credentialism.
Yeah. But he ain't got no credentials. He made it up. He made his own credentials. Remember that? He had a degree.
That's why it's called credentialism.
Yeah. Oh my God. Right. He trying to make it. Oh man.
Yeah, that's why it's called credentialism. You either make up your own degrees, or you're getting a degree from either a false authority, or it's your school or some craziness, so it can't be verified. It's not accredited. Yeah.
But making
himself the authority.
His degree was even wilder than that. Other than him forging it and spelling signs wrong, I never seen nobody with a degree in science. Like, that didn't even make sense. You ain't it a particular field of science you have to degree in? Like, that was just crazy.
So you got a Trump University degree?
Pretty much. Pretty much. I don't know how people can still listen to him after that shit, yo. It was crazy.
The stuff we allow people to put into our heads, yo, we really have to learn how to reach our people so we can be better prepared, better equipped to filter out misinformation, yo.
Hey, can you see Timothy Johnson trying to get in?
I got him in here. What's going on, Vance? How you doing, brother? Pseudo Killer on deck. Official. What's up with you, Vance? Okay. Yeah, your brother's in here. Okay. Mr. What you say his name was? Timothy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Timothy Johnson. How you doing, Mr. Timothy Johnson? Welcome to the panel, brother. Can't hear you. You're on mute. You gotta unmute yourself. You're on mute. Tell him you're on mute, Morpheus.
Oh yeah, you hear me? You hear me now?
Now, how you going, brother?
We got you.
Oh man, how y'all doing, man? I'm flattered to be here, man. You know, knowledge is our power.
Facts.
And I'm here to learn.
Appreciate that, brother.
Yeah.
Questions, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no question. You can ask any questions you want, man. We just here to make sure people educated on the subject matter before they make their decision. And
Absolutely.
the vaccine, I think, is important to understand what literature should we be reading.
Right. And you know what? Not to be very honest with you guys, man, I was one of them that was big on not taking it because I'm like Sean, he made a great point in 20 minutes and convinced me in 20 minutes because like he was saying, man, what choices that we really do have though. I mean, honestly, but for people that was like myself that didn't want to take it, it's because the lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
Correct. So I mean, I'm willing to listen to what you guys are speaking about, and I'm definitely tuned on. I can't wait till it's my turn to take it.
Appreciate that, man. And for everybody listening, man, the Journal of Nature, the Journal of Science, JAMA, that's JAMA, New England Journal of Medicine. All these journals are free when it comes to coronavirus, free. This is where you read the information. This is where you get your daily reports. Y'all can sign up for all the journals. They'll give you daily reports, different articles on it. This is where our community should be focused on getting the literature from. Independent scientists, not scientists backed by the government. You know what I'm saying? Not Pritzker, not that independent science papers that are publishing works on said topics. You can also find topics that if it's a scientist dealing with the government, you can find it in there too. But the point is, we like dealing with independent science, no funding from the government, simple. So if you got reservations about the government, the hell with the government. If you got reservations about the Pritzker, the hell with that, right? Read the publishing. This is where intelligent people go for their information on viruses. And if you want to, so if you want to read, if you're concerned about Islam, the first place I'm gonna send you is to the Quran. You don't want to read it nowhere else. You read it in the Quran. You want to be a Muslim? Start with the Quran. If you want to be a Christian, start with the New Testament. Okay, this is how we do this. 1, 2, 3. If you want to know about biology and viruses, you go to the place where people talk about that professionally. All right, I just want to make that point. Absolutely.
Great point. Great point.
I'm loading up the second source, John.
You got the source?
Yeah, I got my laptop in my lap. I'm trying to get signed in from my laptop right now.
Okay, so we're going to learn about the effects that the vaccine will have on the elderly population. I think this is vital. This is important because they're going to be the first ones to get it. The medical workers, frontline workers, going to get it. Elderly, they're going to get it. The Black people that's hollering about, they scared, they don't want to take it. If you ain't got to worry about it anyway, you're not getting it right now. You can sit back and watch the whole population get decimated by a vaccine. It's funny, right? So
Yeah,
I often, go ahead, you want to say something?
No, I was laughing. You're right.
I often wonder why our community or any community, right, would be more afraid of the fix as opposed to the actual problem. What's the problem? Let's identify the problem in 2020. Coronavirus, specifically the novel SARS coronavirus 2. That's exactly what it is. Novel, the term novel means for the first time in the history of man, our immune system had to deal with this particular virus. That's what it means. This particular strain. Simple as that. So in our classes, we understand what evolution is. So if you talk about you got an herb, right, that might have a viral effect on another type of virus, then you're wrong. Because if you think you got information that says that there are certain things, like for instance, what do you want to call it? Oregano oil, right? If you read some homework on oregano oil, it might have some antiviral properties, might. But to a particular virus, you can't take that from one virus and apply it to another virus. See, understanding evolution makes you understand that. Although it might be in the same family or whatever, right? But it's still different. So for instance, if you understand evolution and you say monkeys, then we know we can go back 40 million years where we diverged from monkeys. That doesn't mean we're monkeys, and it sure as hell doesn't mean that we came from any monkeys today. It does not mean that. You have to understand the terminology. Okay, so we know there's a new strand of coronavirus that hit the market, y'all. But since we understand evolution, we know the vaccine still should work on that. Okay, it has not diverged from each other that far away. And I like to give the examples that, quote unquote, you have people that live in Africa, people that live in Europe, people that live in Asia, okay, the subcontinent of India, right? They all look different, but they're not that different. They may look different, but they're not that different. They're still Homo sapiens sapiens. And most people make the mistake to think that white people are different and there's some kind of medicine you can give them and not give us. That's a bunch of malarkey. That's a mischaracterization. That's actually scientific racism. That comes from scientific racism. All right? So human are a variety of Homo sapiens sapiens. Human beings, Homo sapiens sapiens, have different skin types, different phenotypes, but they're still Homo sapiens sapiens, and they can still mate together and give birth to beautiful children. All right? Okay, same with coronavirus. Whatever the strand is, it's in that same family. So we shouldn't have a problem using the vaccine. I don't know if they tested it yet, but we will find out. So anything we need to know, scientists will even say, we don't know. And as a matter of fact, when they started saying we didn't know, the religious minded didn't understand that. They didn't get it. They didn't understand that we don't know is better than I think I know. We don't know is better than saying you know when you don't know. Okay? So like in the Quran claims to know. Science does not claim to know. Science is endless in what it does. It continually studies the natural world. And based off of more available information, the facts could change. What do you mean? They never had the truth then? No, that's religion. Religion had the truth, right? Science is open to learning more, okay? Science never claims to know everything. It's a system of how to know. Like I like to say this all the time. I'm gonna let somebody else get in. I like to say that there's nature, there's science, right? And there's religion. Science is what you believe. No, religion is what you believe about nature. Science is how you learn and know about nature. Two separate ideas, two separate things, all created by human beings. So I ain't never the one to say what you should and should not believe. I'm simply saying there are situations where you need to use science. Okay, simple as that. There are situations where we have no choice and we're in the middle of a pandemic, and at this point, what choice does the human population have? Should we go with the herbologist? Well, the herbologist should have been came out. They would have been, no, as a matter of fact, herbologists are making a lot of money right now based off of our ignorance.
They sure are.
Yeah, they. You want to add something, Morpheus?
No, I said they sure are. They killing it right now. Try this, drink this. Try this potion. Mix this potion with that potion. Get a pound of this, an ounce of this. Boil this for 2 hours. Drink that. They killing it right now.
Yeah, it's horrible. I mean,
Terrible.
It's terrible, and it's not fair. And they take advantage of our ignorance. So it's our job to educate people.
Yeah.
All right. Where you at, Concrete Corey? I don't know, Corey on here. Might be gone.
I'm still in here though, but you know what I mean, my maps then came out today. The new maps for Call of Duty came out today, so you know.
Man, if you don't get out with Call of Duty.
Serious. Got the new map.
I'm getting it in a little bit.
No, he did not.
See, they doing the same thing Corey doing right now.
Yeah, see, yep, they both on. They on the new maps. I see you, Sonny, with your mask on, Sonny. I don't know why you got a mask on, Sonny, because they ain't getting it out there in California. So I'm confused at this point, Sonny.
I'm in the bank. You can't come in without no mask.
Oh, okay, you in the yeah. I can tell you what bank you in. Let me see I don't want to see the sign. Let me see the front. I can tell you what bank you in. Let me see.
Oh, it say it on the front.
No, that's the Wells Fargo. That's the Wells Fargo.
Yeah.
Yeah, how I know? I can just look at it and tell what it is without even seeing the name, boy. How I know that? He said he can't get into a public building without that mask. Yeah, some Wells Fargo, they're gonna take your temperature. You definitely ain't getting there with a mask. If you don't have a mask, they got masks for you at the door. Why? Because the rest of the world is taking it serious. That's why. Professional people are taking it serious. That's why. The human population recognized there's a threat. Now, I remember Chef telling us about, he specifically said about 6-7 months ago, read the 1918 pandemic. And so when you start to read it and listen to podcasts, you start to understand why people are acting like they act now. Because when people are afraid, they go bananas. They was so afraid, how they said, Chef, they didn't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, it shocked the country. Like we're just starting to learn about it again because we're going through a pandemic now. So we had to go back and, you know, they needed something to compare it to. But when they did the research, they took articles and they read back how, you know, how did this pandemic, you know, go untaught? You know what I mean? Because it was right before the Depression and it was during the time of the First World War, right? So it was like you ever watch a movie from like the early 20s, and you see it'd be like a place like New York or Chicago, right? And you'll see the old-timey cars, the messed up streets, and you see all these little kids, right? And they be running through the streets, some of them be barefooted and stuff like that. Well, that's harkening back to that time because like a whole percentage of the population lost their parents. And there was a whole bunch of orphan kids and stuff because of the Spanish flu. Like it's crazy, man. Like I think it was it came from Europe. It was they was coming over with, I think, typhoid fever. If y'all ever heard of that, that was a big issue. And the swine flu, yeah, 1918. It's crazy.
In N1H1, yeah, I think 50 million people died globally.
Yeah, between 1918 and 1920, that 2-year period.
Yeah.
Terrifying. And the point that I was making, I got off track. But they was asking college professors like why they don't teach this, and it was like they were saying it might have been psychological. Like that generation that went through that, they stopped writing about it and they stopped talking about it because it was such a shock. You know, they said in New York City on corners, they had bodies piled up. Like people was, like back then they had what you call them tenement buildings. So you'll go to sleep next to somebody and wake up and that person to be dead next to you, right? So the morgues was overran, right? They didn't know what to do with the bodies. So people was actually taking their loved members out the houses, sitting them on the corner for, you know, meat wagons and stuff to come pick dead bodies up. Crazy. Like,
They had ice back then. They ain't had no electric refrigerators, did they?
Yeah, they had morgues, but they was overran. Like, it was nothing for them to do with the
No, I mean, did they have the? You know how they get?
Yeah, they had refrigeration back then.
You
know what? Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
You sure they ain't just have ice?
Yo, they had refrigeration.
Yeah, you know what's deep though? That was what in 1918, 1920. That was 50 million. That was almost 2.3% of the population of the world.
The world at that time, yeah.
50 million in that time is 2.3 something population of the planet.
4% of that.
Yeah.
What we had, 4%. Yep.
You want to deal with this now?
Yeah, go ahead, Briggs. So we're talking about how does this vaccine going to affect our elderly population? We want to figure out what effect will it have on. I think that was one of Pastor Ben's question. So we want to source it up for you, Pastor Ben, so you can get that. So we can kind of actually give you something that you might want to pass on to the older population in your church. But go ahead, Sean.
Yeah. So
what are you using? First of
I
all,
am using the FDA Related Biological Product Advisory Committee December 10th briefing, FDA briefing. This is the big sack. This is the one that everybody was talking about that they were waiting on last Thursday, right? 94-page PDF. It's actually about 94 pages, but the PDF online is going to say 92. So we got it right here. This is the document that all the scientists across the world have access to. All right, so this is Pfizer's numbers first. There's the 38,000 subject matters. You got your males, you got your females. There's your totals over here. All right, so you know we had 19,000 males, 18,000 females. You had a large population of whites. You have, which was like 31,000. You got 3,400 blacks. You had 201 Native Americans, 1,600 Asians, 76 from Hawaii or the Pacific Islands, 855 multiracial, mixed, and then 208 didn't report. All right. Ethnicities: Hispanic, 10,000, non-Hispanic, 26,000, not reported, 222. You had US, South Africa, Brazil, Argentina as a part of the group study. Okay. Your age group: 16 years of age to 55 in the top, above 55, 15,000 in the second. There you go. So 42% of the testants were above the age of 55. All right. Now, we're going to scroll down and we're going to get into the adverse effects. Just some of the adverse effects, because this thing go all the way down the page. But most importantly, we're specifically speaking to the elderly. All right. So anything that's going to give me an age group above, I'm going to go ahead and read it for you. So immunogenicity in study C459101 phase 2. In phase 2 portion of the study, 360 participants were enrolled in randomized 1-for-1 to BNT, B16B2, and placebo. Immunogenicity results are currently available for pre-vaccination and 1 month post-dose. Dose number 2, time point for the immunogenicity evaluable population. Okay, so it gives us a robust SARS-CoV-2 immune response at 1 month after dose, defined by both SARS-CoV-2 50% neutralizing titers. It's a bunch of stuff y'all ain't gonna get. So the GMTS were higher in the young participants, which was between 18 and 55, than in older participants, 56 to 85 years of age. Of note, 50% of neutralizing GMT at 1 month per post-dose number 2 for both younger, which is 399.4, and older participants 255. All right, let's go on. So here's the chart explaining the population right there and the test results. All right, now reactogenicity in the study. If you're unfamiliar with reactogenicity is, you're basically about to get a dose of what's going on right now. But I'm not going to read this because this is not a adverse effect. All right, that we're dealing with. So local reactions. All right, so pain at the injection site was reported more frequently in the younger group. Pain at the injection site was reported more frequently in the younger group, includes participants between 16 to 55, than in the older population, 55 years plus. Now, we all should know why, because people of age have been vaccinated numerous of times, have all type of medications, and they're used to things more so than a 16-year-old. All right, now in BNT 162B2 group, frequencies of redness and swelling similar in the younger and older group after dose 1 and 2. Frequencies of redness were similar after dose 1 compared with dose 2 of BNT 162B2. In the younger was 4.5% versus 5.9%, and in the older group, 4.7% versus 7.2%. Frequencies of swelling were similar at dose 1 compared with dose 2 of the BNT 162B2. In the younger group, 5.8% versus 6.3 respectively. And in the older group, 6.5% versus 7.5. Now, if you hear me like repeating numbers, this is the difference. The first numbers that I read, and I apologize, I should have said this. The first group numbers for the age groups will be the vaccinated. The second will be the placebo. As you can see, it says in the placebo group, redness and swelling were reported infrequently in the younger 1.1% and older 1.1%. So it's kind of like, you know, mute. Okay. Now, overall, across age groups, pain at the injection site did not increase after dose 2. And redness and swelling were generally similar in frequent dose 1 and dose 2. Most local reactions were mild or moderate in severity. Now, few severe local reactions were reported after each dose. The frequency of any severe locations after dose 1 and 2 was 0.6%. No grade 4 potential life-threatening reactions were reported. I'm gonna say that again. No grade 4 potential life-threatening reactions were reported. Across age group, local reactions of the BNT2162b2 group after either dose had a medium onset day between day 1 and day 3. Day 1 was the day of the vaccination, and ranges were similar in younger and older age groups. All right, so to speed it up for you a little bit, you normally would look for a reaction between it's like 2 days, right? Some people were 1 day, some people were 2 days in any reaction.
Hey, let me see. That's crazy. Now check this out. You take 400 people, you put them in a room, you give them all cheeseburgers, and then you ask them 2 hours later how you feel. You feel me? Like, just imagine some people gonna have to run. Look, it's just so crazy that now when it comes to something that's supposed to be beneficial to us, we're looking for something to be wrong with it. You know what I mean? Like, yo, we're trying our hardest, you dig what I'm saying, to deny science. And they giving us all the information. You know what I mean? They doing all these tests. They giving us, they being as transparent as they possibly can. But our community, right? We gotta demonize science at every step of the way, yo. Like, yo, what is it about us? Why we gotta keep doing this? Like,
it's
crazy.
not manna from the sky.
Oh man, come on, man. He throwing, look at you. You funny as I don't know what, man. I'm gonna get Pastor Bennett on you, bro. Keep it up. Say, yo.
Oh yeah, Pastor Bennett here. What's up, Pastor? But yeah, yo, why do we keep? Yeah, what's going on? It is crazy how
slavery.
We're talking about a vaccine right now, and we're reading shit that we never ever in our life will read. When we get a brand new car, right? We go to the Acura dealer, we go to the Lexus dealer, right? They tell us, well, you got a new brake, we got this new cutting edge brake system. You feel me? That's in this new Lexus L450 or whatever, right? We don't sit down and say, well, let me see the engineer and let me see how much pressure he put on the top. We don't go, we get in that car, we pay $60,000 and we jump our asses on the highway and test.
Hey, Chef.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't even do shit till they hear the recalls of motherfuckers dying and shit in them motherfucking cars. That when they want to go do the damn research.
Exactly. Well, what we do, as soon as we get that car, we believe everything they say and we jump on the highway. You feel me? We jump on the highway. So I'm trying to figure out now, why is it? And there's nothing wrong with being thorough. I'm not saying don't be thorough, but why is it so selective every time it's about science? You feel me? Is it because we're scientifically literate? Is it because we're scared of science? You dig what I'm saying? Like, we don't really want to do the hard work because this is hard. Half of the vocabulary you need to understand this shit that Corey is reading, I don't know about y'all. I mean, that Sean is reading is way above my damn education.
I straight have to go to Google some of these words.
And we still wouldn't understand it. So how is a study like this going to prove anything to a person who just want to be disagreeable? It's not.
I think it's so then the weight would fall on our shoulders, and that's why we got what we got. You know, we make science as plain as possible with a little bit of flair and vigor. And so the fear, I get it. But I want to really speak to this point. The reason why we so in fear now, because of the pseudo-isms that has been introduced through the new age white community. And this has been happening for a while now. So we can go back, you know what I'm saying? Let's go back 20 years when I came to the community, okay? This was when great leaders like Dr. Ben and them was kind of falling off, okay? Doc Ben been dead for about, what, 7 years now? So they were starting to fall. John Henry Clark running around, Diaz running around, John G. Jackson running around. None of them. It's just Doc Ben by himself, and he old. He old, man. He not, you know, he just old. And so you got Phil Valentine, Delbert Blair, may the force be with him. Who else we got? Delbert Blair, Phil Valentine, Bobby Hemmett. They rocking right now. They taking over, right?
Crazy.
No, I ain't gonna put Aswell Crazy right there. No, I'm not gonna put him right there. No, he was trying to. He was one of Dr. Ben's students, so he was taking us to Egypt, you know, trying to get us something legitimate. So I'm gonna give him that. I don't know his stance on it, but I'm pretty sure black allergy kind of got him. But you know what I mean? I'm just and then look at the environment they came up in. They came up in the '60s. I was born in '67, so I don't know about all that. I don't know about getting sprayed down with a water hose, okay? They was taking down the signs when I was old enough to realize what a white bathroom and a black bathroom. So we got all these things. We got watch this. And at around 1970, we got the new age white people movement. And basically what they was doing was they was anti-government, anti-science, anti-medical science, and they were starting to promote alternative medicines. So that's when campaigns on alternative medicines, veganisms, and pseudoscience like Madame Blavatsky, where they start to mix everything, and you start to see the Ankh, the Hindu sign, all that jumbled together.
Hippies, the hippies,
new age.
The hippies.
Yeah,
the white hippies. Hey, your boy, what's his name? The Mac dude, Apple dude. What's his name? Steve Jobs.
Okay.
Steve Jobs. You read your book. Yo was going to India. All of these, because he grew up in the '70s. He was a damn hippie. He dropped out of college. You dig what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. When he caught cancer in the early 2000s, he was still being a hippie. And rich as I don't know what. Yeah. He decided to go to India instead of take the damn the cutting edge medicine, and on his deathbed, he said he wished he would have listened to his doctors.
So there you have it. So I'm just giving you a history of how we got to this point right here. And so, you know, after the Bobby Hemmett's, the Feel Good Valentines, and all of them, then you get that next layer, which is Polite, Alibaba Muhammad, Red Pill, Blue Pill. Come on, y'all. KT the Arts Degree. Who else we got? What's that next tier?
Dano Grills.
Dano Grills. Yeah, he wasn't even around.
Stinky Inky.
Who else we got?
Light.
We got Layla Africa.
Layla Africa.
Dr. Sebi.
No, not Dr. Sebi.
Yeah, Dr. Sebi. Absolutely. He took the alternative medicine. He played it. Remember, I named several things.
Gano Grills. Y'all forgot about that brother. Gano Grills.
We set up. He was acting in movies. He wasn't in our community at that time. He came in late. They must have threw him out of the daggone Hollywood or something. But go ahead. Who else we got?
Professor Griff.
All of that.
Griff.
The Nutty Twins.
Black Dot.
The Nutty Twins.
Well, what's the other boy name?
You got the guy to go with Bobby Hemmett right now. You got Duke of Tears. I want y'all to know, if y'all go tune into my blog talk shows, I cuss most of them out. I was by myself. I'm telling you, it wasn't no Raw Squad, wasn't no Mossy, Pseudo Killers, Timo Sa. It wasn't nobody. No, I had my hands full. And at times, me and Sarnetta would battle, fight it out. Because remember, at that time, Sarnetta, right? He was standing out across the street from Apollo. Maybe he was down the street at that point. And he was, he had the picture of slaves and different slaves getting beat, and he was on that damn bullhorn. All right, he was talking about freedom and the Black Power, and had a hat on. He was part of Black Panthers. All right, and then I guess he was trying to make a way, and so he was the platform. He got the whole catalog. You know how my man just sold his whole goddamn catalog for $100 million. Sarnetta got that type of catalog, yo. He got everything. He got everything. He was where we go from Baltimore and we go to New York to buy the videos from Sarnetta, or we fly from Atlanta to New York to buy the video. It wasn't it was the VHS tapes. Yeah, that's what they was. I used to have thousands of them, right? And Sarnetta was a connect. So most y'all don't even understand Sarnetta's platform. And he promoted everybody. He got all the John Henry Clark shit, all the Dr. Ben shit, everybody. He made no distinction. So we need to really understand that about Sarnetta. There wasn't any distinction. There wasn't Malachi York. All right? Out of that crop, Malachi York rose supreme. He single-handedly, and you can talk to this, Morpheus, Malachi York single-handedly put the information in hip-hop. Am I lying if I'm dying? Tell me he did not influence hip-hop.
Wait, Malachi York.
Yo, he had it on Smash. Smash.
Say it again, bro.
He had, Dr. York had it on Smash. Everybody.
Who? Okay. Who? Jay-Z. Who made the hip-hop song with Jay-Z? What's his name?
With Jay, you talking about what's his name again? Damn.
What's Jazz? Was it Jazz?
Jazzo.
Grandmaster Jazz or something like that?
No, Jazzo. It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Jazzo.
Right. Yeah. So we saying that quote unquote Jay-Z, don't nobody know who the hell Jay-Z is, but he's standing there rapping with a new WAP. Am I telling the truth?
Jazzo, Jay-Z, Stetsasonic. Come on, man. Stetsasonic. You talking about Brand Nubian?
Keep going.
Hey, come on. Brand Nubian, Tribe Called Quest.
Who went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with a fez, bro?
Who was wearing the fez at the Hall of Fame? Who was that?
And he put his fez into the Hall of Fame. Y'all know him. Watch this. Planet Rock, nigga.
Bambaataa.
Bambaataa. Was he not a new Wapian, or am I just tripping?
Nope.
What role does he play in hip hop?
Shit, the Godfather, goddamn hip hop.
All right, so the Godfather of hip hop, when he go into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you know what I'm saying? He sends a fez with the scimitar on it, right? That's the what? What that represent? The Red Lodge. Am I correct or am I tripping?
No, you're right. You're right.
What's the Red Lodge called?
You're right about that, bro.
The Sufi order, whatever, right?
Yeah. Sons of the Green Light, Sufi order.
All right, so man, I ain't tripping right now. I'm saying, I'm trying to tell you that I was around for that. Yeah, I'm trying to let you know. I'm giving you the story right now on how we got to where we at. Now, it's taken years for that to fester. But I am telling you, how valuable is hip hop to the Black community, y'all? How does it affect the Black community? Right. Now you know. How valuable was those early days when Sarnetta was actually promoting those tapes? He didn't cut no cards. It wasn't like he was saying, Sarnetta would read the Dr. Ben books and all that. See, y'all mischaracter, y'all don't know who Sarnetta is. He reading the real shit, but he always gave a platform to everybody. That's just is what it is. And his business was selling tapes. When we go from selling tapes, right, and then we go to Blog Talk, that's when I come in the picture. And my thing was I was promoting Diop's, Dr. Ben, I was promoting all the atheists. I didn't even realize it. All right, and I was realizing that the religion was crazy, and I ain't doing that no more. Okay, and I do my first video called the Hiscos. It's conquered by religion. The Hiscos, the children of Israel. That got about 100,000 views right back about 2009, 2008 when YouTube first started. Brother Black Son, he was like, yo, check this out, man. Put this on YouTube. I was like, what? So I'm blazing on Blog Talk by myself. It's called the Nikki Love and Unc Show. All right? Then you get the Raw Squad. I'm trying to make a point here that the Bobby Hemmings, the Phil Valentines, they was the elders. The red pills, the blue pills, the Ducateers and all that was the next phase. The Sarah setting, we the next group. So I've been dealing with these dudes for a long time. I see them. I see all of them. I see them. Unshare your screen, Sean. You finished, right?
Nah, I only read one. I didn't read.
We ain't finished. I'm gonna get it to it, and you can get right to that. So I see all of them. That's the role I play. I see them, and I was like, man, I can't fight these dudes by myself, yo. So I decided to form the Raw Squad, called up Ishmael Bey, because me and Ishmael Bey used to be the motherfucking army for Sarah Stupid 7. We used to fight and handle all his goddamn battles. That's what we did. Go ahead, bro. You rocking. The young niggas love you, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never had a problem with letting the nigga do what he do. I ain't a hater. I'm a participator. I know how to play my damn role, and I always have. So it was me, right, and Ishmael Bey, we fighting. You know what I'm saying? It was called, what was this shit called that said he had? I can't think of the group. And we'd fight against Sonetta. Sonetta was always on the other side. We was always fighting him and all the New York niggas. We was always battling with them. Was always riff. Always. So that shit you just seen with me and Sonetta, man, that's just a continuation. All right? That's what it is. The point I'm making here is that by the time Blog Talk is rocking, that's when I was at. That's the root. That's where I was at my best. That's when I was fighting all them. I was like, I need a damn team. And then we get the Raw Squad. And then we get everybody else. So we sitting here right now. How did we get here? I gave you the root of the misinformation, y'all. Okay? Johnny B. Clark was talking about Schomburg. You got the Schomburg Library in Harlem. Okay? You got my favorite atheist. Black Socrates, Hubert Harrison. Shout out to MBK. All right? They put me on that. That's Truth. Uncle Truth put me on. He would say, yo, you know Hubert Harrison. I'm like, what? Thought I heard of him. I heard him. Let me see. Put me up on game right there. The conscious community wasn't talking about none of them. They wasn't dealing with none of the accurate history that the people started. They alleviated them, and they came with the more mystical. They turned to New Age, y'all. All right? So we sit here, we have been infected by the New Age theology, the theocratical society, New Age science. This is what's going on. And we laid as hell in the Black community. And now the greater whole of the African-American community is caught up based off of YouTube, Blog Talk, TikTok. My kids on TikTok. All that are platforms for this misinformation. This is how we got here. It's been bubbling. It's been festering now. So everybody that grew up in hip hop, Carol Swin and all them, they promote the pseudoscience. There's a few artists that just don't do it. All right, so I'm telling y'all what it is, how we got in this position. That's now the young brothers and sisters, yo, they promote New Age science. Now, young Pharaoh, based off his age, not based off his wisdom, you know what I'm saying, is leading a whole generation straight to misinformation. It is what it is, man. And that's why what we do is so valuable and so damn important. Everybody, all the families. Valuable and important. So now we can sit down and get real information. Sean, go ahead and pull that back up. This is what we promote. This is what we teach. Don't talk me to death. Source up, you know what I'm saying, or shut the hell up. That's where we at. Sabia Bay, just to let you know, Sabia Bay, this is what we do right here. I don't want to hear your lofty ideas. Let me read it. Let me comprehend for myself. What's the next symptom or the next adverse?
They did a comparison study between the young group and compared to the older group. Remember, the older group are people above 55. The younger group is between the ages of 16 and 55. You have the systemic events in the younger group compared to the older group with frequencies increasing in number doses 1 versus 2 were fatigue in the younger group was 47% versus 59.4% compared to the older group, which was 34% versus 50%. Headache, younger group 41.9% versus 51% compared to the older group 25.2% versus 39%. Remember, when I'm reading the first numbers, we're talking vaccine. The second numbers, we're talking about the placebo. All right. Now, muscle pain, younger group, 21.3% versus 37.3% compared to the older group, which was 13.9% versus 28.7%. Chills, younger group, 14% versus 35% compared to the older group, 6.3% versus 22%. The older group is responding very well. The joint pain, the younger group, 11% versus 21.9% compared to 8.6% to 18.9%. Fever, young group, 3.7% versus 15.8%. So this is the first shot. Second shot compared to the older group, 1.4% versus 10.9%. Vomiting reported less frequently in the older group and was similar after each dose. Diarrhea reported less frequently in the older group and was similar after each dose. I don't think you want me to read much further because it's just going to corroborate with these studies here, what we have here and going forward. So I'm going to switch lanes to Moderna real quick. And Moderna's chart and work is totally different. Remember, they have not released their official papers until the 17th. And as you can see, this document for Moderna dates December 17th, and we had it for 3 days now, 2 days now. All right, so we're talking about local adverse reactions. Let's do it like this. I want to read from the top. Solicited local adverse reactions, AR, the abbreviation, you'll see it multiple times, just means adverse reactions, were reported by a majority of vaccine recipients at higher rates than the placebo recipients. Vaccine recipients reported higher rates of local reactions after dose 1 than dose 2. The proportions of participants reporting any local adverse reactions were 84.2% and 88.8% after dose 1 and dose 2 in vaccine recipients compared to 19.8% and 18.8% after dose 1 and 2 in placebo recipients, respectively. The proportions reporting at least one grade 3 local adverse reaction were 3.5% and 7.0% after dose 1 and dose 2, respectively, in vaccine recipients, and 0.5% after any dose in the placebo recipients. There were no reports of grade 4 local reactions after any dose across groups. The majority of the vaccine recipients, 57.6%, reported an onset of local adverse reactions on day 1 while at home, and the median duration was 2 days after dose 3. After the dose and 3 days after dose 2. Okay. Now, overall, across both age cohorts, the most frequent report local adverse reaction was pain, reported by 83.7% versus 19.8% of the vaccine placebo recipients after the first dose. 2.8% versus 0.4% reported as grade 3, and 88.4% was versus 17.0% of the vaccine placebo recipients after dose 2. 4.1% versus 0.3% reported grade 3. The median duration for pain were 2 days and 3 days after dose 1 and 2, respectively. The highest rates of pain were in participants between 18 below 64 years after dose 2, with 90% reporting any pain and 4.6% reporting grade 3 pain. All right, auxiliary lymphadenopathy, I can't mess it up. The vaccine arm, just say that, vaccination arm, was the second most frequently reported local adverse overall. It was reported in 10.2% versus 4.8% of the vaccine placebo recipients after dose 1 and 14% versus 3.9% of the vaccine placebo recipients after dose 2, respectively. Grade 3 auxiliary vaccination arm was reported in 0.3% versus 0.2% vaccine versus placebo. Recipients after dose 1 and in 0.5% versus 0.1% of the vaccine placebo recipients after dose 2. The median duration after dose 1 was reported by participants 18 to 64 years of age after dose 2, with 16% reporting any severity vaccine arm and 0.4 reporting grade 3 vaccine arm. Now, local reactions that persisted beyond 7 days after any dose were reported by both vaccine recipients and placebo recipients. The local reactions persisted were reported by 3.7% of the vaccine recipients and 1.3% of the placebo recipients across both age cohorts. In the younger age cohort, 4.2% of the vaccine recipients and 1.4% of the placebo recipients reported on local reactions that persisted beyond 7 days, of which 0.6% of the vaccine recipient and 0.1% of the placebo recipient reported a grade 3 reaction that persisted. Now, in the older group, because that's the focus, in the older group, the cohort, 2.3% of the vaccine recipients compared to 1.1% of the placebo recipients reported a local reaction that persisted, including 0.5% of the vaccine recipients. And 0.1% of the placebo recipients reported grade 3 local reactions. Excuse me. Frequently reported local reactions persisted beyond 7 days in the younger age cohort, and the vaccine placebo recipients was pain, 1.5% to 0.6%, and an auxiliary in the arm, 2.5% to 0.7%, and in the older age cohort, pain was 1.2% and 0.6%. So it's similar, okay? And in erythema was 0.7% to 0.1%. All right, so here you have the adverse reactions: any local pain, arrhythmia, which is redness, swelling, hardness, and any grade 3 levels. You have the percentages here in this chart, on down to the adverse reactions for the in the arm. You have them here and all the related information that I just read in that table. Going on down to a little bit more and get to systemic adverse reactions, but I can pause it right there, if you want to move forward.
Yeah, I want to back you up on that. I want to come with something from the Journal of Science real quick. Vaccines on court, on trial. And this is important because people don't understand none of that. So let me go right here, Journal of Science. This one right here is called Vaccines on Trial, 2017, right? And so we want to know about all the risks. U.S. Vaccine Court weighs real versus bogus risks. All right, and it's giving you the real risks here. So you can look this article up. All right, vaccines on trial. Google that, and let me read here. It says the vaccine court data shows that bona fide vaccine injuries are rare. For every million vaccine doses eligible for compensation that were distributed in the decades beginning in 2006, the court compensated one injury victim. Look at that. Depending on the gravity of the disease in question, receiving a vaccine is orders of magnitude less dangerous than staying unvaccinated. And that's my point. No matter what you can come up with, man, whatever risks involved, it's not as dangerous as getting the daggone disease. So let me say this again, that depending on the gravity of the disease in question, meaning what are they vaccinating you for? Okay? Receiving a vaccination is orders of magnitude less dangerous than staying unvaccinated. The tetanus vaccine that Duran received, that's the lady right there, She's actually a vaccine lawyer, and she became a vaccine lawyer after she got vaccinated and got a vaccine injury. I'm gonna say this again. This lady right here, vaccine injury attorney Lee Durant. Look her up. Lee Durant, whose shoulder was damaged by an improperly administered tetanus vaccine. This is the majority of the vaccine injuries. It is not the vaccine, it's the person administering the daggone vaccine. They mess your arm up. This is a possibility, y'all. We're not hiding this, but let it be known it's not the vaccine. It goes on to say, depending on the gravity of the disease in question, receiving a vaccine is orders of magnitude less dangerous than staying unvaccinated. The tetanus vaccine that Durant received causes a life-threatening allergic reaction in at most, watch this, 0.00006% of people who get the shot. Watch this. The US case fatality rate from tetanus, by contrast, is 13%. There you go. Here's your risk. Risk reward. Here you go. There you go. What you gonna do? Y'all like to gamble? Then play the game. Play it the right way. All right. And we talked about just having an arm injury, swelling the arm. So my son got a flu vaccine, and his arms a little swelled up for a couple of days. It was what it was. So there you go. It's one vaccine injury is too many, but it's almost important to keep perspective. Okay? Says Sahara Antonoff, a physician at the VICP in Rockville, Maryland. The benefits of vaccinations to individuals, the local community, and the nation as a whole outweighs the risks. All right, get the article, and it talks about the babies and what they risk saw, certain things. I just want to let y'all see, man, that we not hiding nothing, man. This ain't what we do. You type it into the journal Nature, journal Science, vaccine trial. All right, read for yourself. Don't believe me. We show us up or shut up. Just wanted to back that up though, Sean, so we can kind of, anybody want to ask, hey, Pastor Benny, where you at? You got something? I see you. I know you chilling, walking around the house cooking dinner right about now. You want to ask something? Got something to say, or you good? All right, you chilling. Anyway, Brother Vance, where you at?
No, I got you, Aunt.
Oh, okay.
Hey, couple quick questions for y'all. So with the first, talk to me about the mask. With the why did the CD? Because I'm gonna ask the questions not to combat what you're saying, because you already know how I feel about the vaccine, but to get different answers of what people may be thinking. So when the chair says that the masks, I don't know if you already dealt with that before, the masks are just as protective as the vaccine. If you want me to get the direct quote, I'll get it. Why is that statement being said?
I'm not familiar with that, because I know a mask ain't, maybe they saying in conjunction with the daggone vaccine. Maybe they're saying based on the fact that we don't have a vaccine right now that a mask is effective. Go ahead. You want to say, is that you, Sean?
Yeah, it's me. So, Pastor, what they're basically saying in reference to that they still want people to continue to wear their mask, continue to do all the things that they're currently doing, even after the vaccination, because, right now they're still gathering and collecting data as far as how shedding works, virus shedding is working among the people in the population. Now, most people don't know what virus shedding is, but usually when you contract the virus, you go through a phase of shedding. It's not shedding like skin like you see on a snake or something like that, but it's, your body's ridding itself of, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. right, ridding itself of, you know, the actual virus, right? Is rejecting things, and that can make it vulnerable for other people to actually encounter that and cause them to get the virus. So they're doing the homework on that. But so they want you to continue to mask up, but they're saying it's a preventable measure to go along with the vaccine so that we can make sure that everything is aligning itself appropriately as a safety measure. Now, I guarantee you when they say the numbers is up and science starts saying other things, they're gonna be like, we can start removing our mask because enough of the population is fighting against the virus versus, you know, it being novel and running rampant right now, and we don't know what to expect from a reaction from someone else in the community. So.
All right. One more question, real quick. And to Corey earlier comment, I want to have that conversation with him because I think a lot of people in the community, or I just agree with some in the community that don't take, you know, people at their word or why they say they did things. So I think when we look at our ancestors, like we have to take them for what they speak. It's like with Ankh, if I said, man, Ankh just did that for his people. He just used science as a tool. He didn't really believe in that. That's not fair to what Ankh actually taught and preached. Nobody can listen to Ankh and don't think he really believe in the tool of science that he's using. That's for another conversation. My last question about the COVID, whoever on the panel want to answer. So what about the like Moderna and Pfizer, they all have their 95% effective rates and stuff like that, right? But what about the process? How are we to be sure? How are people to be sure who may be skeptical because of the process of, for example, like keeping it at the right temperature? So like Pfizer's, I think I've seen some that said it had to be like kept at negative 70 degrees Celsius or something like that. Like, so let's say the vaccine is effective like it's supposed to be, but then what is the issue when if it's not kept at the needed temperature? So what can happen? One, so guess it's a and B. One, or A, what can happen if it's not kept at the needed temperature? And B, are we just to trust that our doctors or whoever we're getting it from are keeping it at that temperature as it flies in from wherever it got to fly in? How are we to trust that it's being kept at that temperature, and what's to happen if it's not?
All right, I'll go first if I can. The beauty about what you just asked is that we kind of did this on the Mossy, but the logistics is headed and coordinated by the military. So the strategy behind it is to use trucks for closer distances and planes for others. The ice that's used, the dry ice that is used to keep the vaccines in a particular temperature, stored in a particular temperature, are packed enough so that it can maintain its temperature wherever it's going, because the places that are bringing or moving these vaccines around for us are all cold storage spaces and places. So the temperature's real cold to go on top of that dry ice so you don't have a melting. Now, there is some rules to this. They have these refrigerators right now with these buzzers or beepers on them or whatever to store these vaccines at a particular temperature. Now, we know that Pfizer's temperature is a little bit less crazy than Moderna's. Moderna's has got to be extremely cold. So there's a lot of dry ice going into the Moderna thing and making sure that it's compacted. Now, they're giving you so much time to open the refrigerator, withdraw, take out the powdery substance, mix it with the water to create, they give you so much time to actually do that before it is a waste. There's a 12-hour room, I believe, in the Pfizer vaccine that you have once you've once you put this getting ready to administer this particular vaccine, as far as the temperature goes. And then there's a less lifeline, like between 4 and 6 hours with the Moderna. I could have them reversed, but that's what that is. So right now the science is working to create an expansion of the shelf life, because the local pharmacies, their refrigerators keep certain things at certain temperatures. which is cool, like CVS and things of that nature. They're also employed in these efforts to help facilitate the vaccine. But also there's going to be college universities who have storage bins, refrigeration systems set up to be able to house the vaccines too, so they can withdraw and they can get to destinations as well. So they are making strides in what they're doing to make sure that but I don't know, I can't really just say specifically why Moderna's requires such a low temperature, but I do know they're working to improve that.
All right, thanks, Sean.
So yeah, that's where your human error can go into play though, come into play though. That's another point of contention. It was just like storing meats in grocery stores and stuff like that. If you don't properly store meats in grocery stores, people can potentially get sick.
So do we ask, Aunt? So do we ask? Like when you go to get the
damn
shot,
right. I would ask, when did you mix this formula for this vaccine? You damn right. We want to go up into these places with proper information. Like I don't go to the doctors and let you just start working on me. I want to know what journal. Okay, when you made your diagnosis on me, what journal did you use? Because I would like to read that, sir. That's what I do. That's what I've been taught to do. So when you go up in there and say, when did y'all mix that vaccine? Great question, Pastor Bennett. This is part of the educational process. You damn right you ask them. Because you know how human beings get. They can get that cell phone in the middle of pulling your shit out. Forget. Let me stop. Yeah, that's a good question though. Yep.
Yeah, and I addressed that earlier, that you want to be educated, you want to be scientifically literate, so that when you do visit the doctor, and even if it wasn't a pandemic, when you do visit a doctor, you get the best health care that's available to you, because you know the proper questions to ask. You know the some of the signs to look for when you're at the doctor's office. You know what I'm saying? So and not only that, you paying for it. So you definitely want to be scientifically literate. You definitely want to know all this information so that you can ask the pertinent questions that'll get you to the right frame of mind.
Yo.
For sure, for sure.
I was just thinking about it, and from my perspective, and I was just thinking about me having a stab wound. I have to be very careful about the things that I allow into my body. So when I go to the hospital for anything, I have to make sure I know what the doctors are putting inside of me, because one little thing can ruin me.
Yeah,
one little thing can kill me if I do not let them know what I'm allergic to, what I can't allow into my body. They get mad at me because doctors and nurses have gotten mad at me because I will not let them shoot me up with things.
No, they ask you. So vaccines ain't for everybody. Let's get that straight too. There are certain people that have allergic reactions to certain things. So it is what it is. You should understand your medical history too.
Yeah, you got to know that.
Yeah, you got to know that. So I ain't saying that. So let me show y'all something real quick. Y'all see this piece of paper? This is a KN95 mask. Y'all can see me, right?
Yeah, we see you.
So
yeah, we got you.
I'm blowing. Paper not moving, right? Here's the value of the mask. Take off the mask. That could be the difference between life and death. That's why masks are so important. Once again, no mask. You put the mask on. Simple shit.
Okay. So, watch that. So, is that dealing with transmission of it, or does it stop you from catching it?
I got a KN95. This stops 95% of all particles.
Right.
All right.
Particles under anything over 95 microns can't fit in that thing right there.
Right. Yeah. So the average person walking around with these little surgical masks, right? What prevention measure or what security,
So let's deal with molecules. Let's deal with molecules for a minute. Water, H2O. A water molecule is smaller than your umbrella, the holes in your umbrella. Am I correct?
Correct.
So why does the umbrella stop water from coming through? Because it's in a droplet. You get that? And the droplets bounce off of your umbrella. But the molecule itself, if it was by itself, it could go through those little holes in your thing. So the mask serves the same purpose. In the droplet form, it will slow it down. I just like the best shit because I'm around people, and so I need to have this, right? But your regular mask, you're still not gonna blow. If you get a regular mask, not them crazy ones people be coming up with, where you take your shirt and tie it around your head. I don't mean that. But those masks, those surgical masks, if you blow, you shouldn't be able to blow the paper. All right. So that's why it's important, because when we talk on our computer or your cell phone, you'll look at it, you'll have dried up droplets on your stuff. Who knew? And remember, this is airborne. We learned this early in the game. We learned about it being airborne in December.
Hey, what about it coming up under the mask? Like when you breathing it out and it goes up under the mask, like the air goes up under the mask. Because I was watching a documentary. It was the same documentary I had tried to put out there that y'all was talking about, where they said it goes out more than 6 feet, right? And they had a patient that they were doing x-rays on, right? And this is when they said the mask doesn't fully doesn't prevent you from catching COVID, because they're on that screening, the person was lying down breathing with the mask on and not even like applying pressure for it to go that far, and it reached up to 16 feet.
So that's what I want to do. I want to source up a setup. I don't particularly like the
nobody mask was 100%. My bad. Nobody's saying that mask is 100% and 100% prevents you from getting the COVID. Nobody said a condom is 100%. It won't prevent you from getting somebody pregnant. It's a good preventative measure, though. That's what we're saying. It's not the end all be all, but it's better than having nothing. So we want to do that. And if everybody wear a mask, then that's even better. So, like, you know what I mean?
Indeed.
Hold on, you said
it's gonna be our end all be all. But go ahead.
I think
you said the person with the mask on. Sonny, hold on. You said the person with the mask on, it went 15 feet.
It said it went 16 feet. Well,
with the mask on.
16,
yeah, I like to see that study.
No, they had the preventative whatever. They was laying down and they already had it. They was under that what's the table that they've been trying to get for everybody, not the respirators. Is that it? The respirator?
Yeah, the respirators. Yeah, when you.
So they had a person that was doing that, and they was doing the X-rays of the particles that was coming from them as they was breathing, and it reached up to 16. Say what?
Yeah.
Remember we did that on the show where we played the video where they put a dude in the room in the box with a mask on, cough, and told the particles in the air.
Yeah.
Not a mask on, and he put the mask on and he coughed, and then there was less particles that were neon green in the air. We also got a science article in that in the pseudo killers.
Yeah, I put it in there. I just put another article in there, and I'm gonna share the screen on that. So let's source up. We don't want to come to the urban legend and the urban videos. We want to go straight to the source. So let's see. What does science have to say about it? All right, so let's see. We're gonna stick to our guns. This is in the Journal of Nature. Journal of Nature now. October 6, 2020. Face mask. What the data say? Science supports face mask coverings are saving lives during the COVID virus pandemic. And yet the debate trembles on how much evidence is enough. And y'all could just read the whole article. I'm not gonna read it right here. All right. But trust me, People running around without vaccine, without a damn mask on is plumb out their mind right now. Okay? I don't want to read it because I haven't read this before, and you know I'm a blabble over the shit. I don't feel like that right now. All right. So I'd rather just, I put it in your pseudo killer folder right here. All right.
Hey, what's up, Unc?
What's good, brother?
What it do? I got a question, man. Peace, everybody on the chat, man. Pastor Bennett, Sean, everybody, man.
All right, let me get my guns together first. Let me get my guns.
Is that my favorite Raz class right there, man, or what?
Man, you know it, bro.
Man,
what's good with you, bro?
Heard from you in a minute.
Yeah, it's been a little bit, man. I'm out here trying to get to it, bro.
I hear you, no doubt.
Yeah, man.
Shake off that COVID hat?
Huh?
You know, shake off that COVID. You've been gone for a little while.
Oh, so on here too.
You've been gone for a little while now. About the time. Where you taste
Nah,
buds?
man. I take elderberry, dog.
See.
I got that elderberry. I got that red algae, Unc.
Oh shit! Here we go.
You gotta get you some Chinese skull cap, though, man.
You gotta get some of this and boil it in chicken feet.
I had a question though. Far as them saying that really nothing's gonna change, even if there's a huge uptake of this vaccine, right? So if everybody does a quote unquote right thing, takes this vaccine, let's say at a 90%, let's say at a 90 percentile, like the population takes it, right? They say it ain't gonna change in terms of the policies that's going on right now, having to wear masks and all of that. So wouldn't calling it a vaccine be a misnomer, because even the Pfizer CEO and Fauci, have both stated, explicitly that what these the particular COVID vaccines that they've developed, it's not for the prevention of transmission or to stop infection. They said it. I'm gonna wrap it up.
Let them talk as long as you can until you run out of air.
No, I'm gonna wrap it up. From what I've heard,
run out of air. Go ahead.
Yeah, from what I've heard from Fauci and the Pfizer CEO, is that the vaccine doesn't confer immunity or prevent transmission. So if that's the case, then what are we even talking about here? Because that's what's being sold. That's the reason for taking the vaccine, is to get back to some semblance of normalcy. So that's my question.
No, so can you get, hold on, Sean, can you just, can we please hear what you heard? Because your mind kind of hears something and tweak it and then come out the other end different. I just want to, what you got. Can you do that for us? Can you direct us to it? Peter Bag Juice. Hello?
Ask him.
Hello?
Yo. Oh, I thought you were talking to Sean. What you said?
Sean, I want to hear what you heard. I want to read what you read. Please.
Oh, yeah. I don't have nothing to show to you in terms of text, but this is what I've heard from Fauci. Like, I watched a video of Fauci speaking, and they were asking him about transmission and the prevention of infection, and he was saying this particular vaccine, those things haven't been really assessed. Like, and if you read the study design, right, of the preliminary papers that Moderna put out and Pfizer, the way how the trials are designed is not about prevention of transmission or infection. So when they say efficacy, that's not what they're referring to. So my question is, if this vaccine, quote unquote, isn't to stop the transmission and spread and infection, and it's not, and us taking it ain't going to change anything, then
never acquiesce to a faulty premise. What's the faulty premise? What you're saying,
right?
So if you can prove and verify that, I'm not going down the Beetlejuice rabbit hole with you.
All right, fair enough.
That's way out there too. That's like way out.
Not
you
me.
know you can't bring that Haskell without bringing some paperwork on that.
Nah, that's
And
fair.
I know you do. We got paperwork, But you know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah,
gotta.
I could find the Fauci quote. That ain't no problem.
I think he said, what is it? They wanted to still wait. What is it? 90.
No, what I'm saying specifically, Sosa, is that he said that the specifically about transmission and infection. He said specifically that this vaccine isn't really being assessed for that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna find a quote to that end, cause that's fair by Brother Ankh. I'm gonna get myself together.
Yeah,
and then I'm gonna double back and present that.
Yeah, get yourself together.
Yeah, Haskell, you're a habitual offender of misinterpreting the sources, misinterpreting what somebody's saying, man. You're a habitual offender.
Y'all
on that.
said that the
But
vaccine.
You already know I love you, Haskell. You already know.
Yeah. Let me get this straight. I just get this straight. Let me run it through my mind. The reason for vaccine is to stop a person from catching a disease. And the more people you stop from catching a particular disease will definitely slow down the transmission. So why would any qualified doctor say that vaccines aren't? So it's something. Nope, I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole. But go ahead, Sean. Nope.
Yeah. So the executive summary for Pfizer and BioNTech submitted an emergency use authorization application for investigation vaccine intended to prevent 2019 caused by SARS-CoV-2. This EAU request was submitted on the 20th of November 2020. The vaccine is based on SARS-CoV-2 spike glycoprotein S antigen encoded by RNA formulated in lipid nanoparticles. In response to current global health crisis, the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine developed has ensured the highest compliance and quality standards while progressing expeditiously to address this urgent and unmet medical need. Safety and efficacy data from 2 clinical studies support the EAU request. Study BNT16201 is the first in-human phase 1 or 2 dose level finding study conducted in Germany in 60 to obtain safety and immunogenicity data for multiple vaccine candidates to inform the overall clinical development of the COVID-19. And study C4591001 is ongoing, randomized and placebo-controlled phase 1, 2, and 3 pivotal registration study. It was started as a phase 1 and 2 study in the U.S., was then amended to expand the global phase 2 to 3 study, enrolling 44,000 participants for a well-powered, timely assessment of safety, immunogenicity, and efficacy endpoints, and includes adolescents 12 to 17 years of age. This study is being conducted in selected sites across the globe to ensure the diversity of the enrolled population. All right. Safety, I ain't gonna go too far.
That should be like a legal document, bro. You gotta break that shit bite size so people can get it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let them come back. But we heard the Fauci quote.
Oh, what was the Fauci quote?
Fauci quote.
Damn.
I got the video, yeah.
Oh.
I don't watch my. I don't. Yeah, it's a video. I got the video.
Play.
Hold on.
Don't show it, but play it so we can hear it.
Yeah, because of, the way it sounds is why people be scared of them. They can't understand the information like that. If they didn't.
Like, what the hell is he saying?
Yeah.
Didn't Pence catch the COVID?
Yeah, who?
Pence, the vice president.
Yeah, him and Trump and others.
So, because they got him on Friday, he's supposed to be taking the vaccination. I'm like, why is he taking the vaccination if he caught it and he's over?
Because that shit ain't. It's not. They realize that that catching you can catch it again. That your immunity don't last long. It don't last. They don't last like for years.
It lasts about 6 months or so. That's
I don't even last 6 months.
Yep.
And they say if you already had it, right, if you take the vaccine, it actually strengthens. You gotta even strengthen your situation better than somebody who hadn't had it.
Yeah, to make that's your answer. So what are we using here? This is lovely right here. What are you using this, Sean? This is lovely. What you got there, bro?
What I'm using? Oh, okay. You see what I was doing? Yeah, JAMA. I'm going to JAMA.
All right, so here we go.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
So, quick question. So with the vaccines, are they still going to be using plasma from antibodies, that they've collected from people? Are they still going to use that in conjunction with vaccines?
I would say that once you get an effective vaccine, which they have, then you wouldn't have to do all that. They use that if a person gets sick. So let's say you get sick, because just because you took the vaccine don't mean you're not going to get sick. There's a 94% chance that you won't get sick, but it's always, human beings that get that 6%, and that's what it is, right? And so, yes, I'm pretty sure you can still use it. If they're using it now, they would use that. I could see them using that. Now, I'm not giving you a scientific answer. I'm simply saying based off my way I'm thinking. So don't hold me to court on that shit. Don't play the fool or grab
No, I'm with you. I'm just asking questions that I know that people in the public would be asking. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. I just want to, because I got enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
But I think that, let me say this right for the record, right? I think that from what I hear, a lot of the fears or complaints from most people are, well, why would I volunteer and have them give me the shot or give me the virus? Because aren't they giving me the virus, right? Aren't they giving that to me, right? So I could die from them giving it to me. That's most of the arguments that you hear.
So this is a novel. Not only is this the novel SARS-CoV-2 virus, but this is the novel mRNA vaccine also. So this vaccine is novel also. So meaning this is the first time known to man that we're using this on human beings, and that we came up with new technology that allows us not to have to put the pathogen into your body no more. So that ain't what this is anymore. So Sean read up on exactly what the mRNA vaccine was on the pseudo killers. I think that was last Saturday. If y'all missed that show, y'all might want to tune in. You can also tune in on iTunes podcast if you missed the show, if you don't catch the show. So you can always tune in to your iTunes podcast, and you can hear the show again on the Real Black Atheist.
So you telling me I can't go to ISUPK and learn this?
I don't know if they don't discuss this type of thing over there.
I'm sorry, man. I digress, yo.
Listen. No, but Tazariak said he wouldn't have a problem with teaching that, though. He did say that. But that's Tazariak. I don't think the leadership would actually do that, though, bro. Be honest with you.
If Fauci say we hooping, man. That's just point blank.
I know.
I don't care how many documents y'all pull out. If Fauci get the okay, bro, that's their job, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why we got scientists for this. You know what I'm saying? It's like shit. So if Fauci like, yo, we good? Shit, let's rock. That's how I'm doing it, man. Because at the end of the day, whatever they approve is what you're gonna get anyway.
That's the bottom line. And we got to remember it's a limited amount. So it's only 20 million. They only bought 20 million doses, and everybody need 2 of them. So if you do have the opportunity to get a vaccine, I highly suggest you get a vaccine. I'm sure they're gonna have much more doses on third wave when they come through with more vaccines. I'm sure it's gonna be more readily available for people. And
it's probably more than 20 million.
And then you got to think about people ain't thinking about like what's gonna happen when your job say you can't come back to work because you ain't got your vaccine. What's gonna happen when something happened to one of your family members and you need to get on the airplane to make it to the hospital or to make it to their funeral, and they tell you, nope, you ain't got a vaccine. You ain't getting on this plane. What's gonna happen when your kids looking forward to their first day of school and starting kindergarten and this and that and the other, and the school say, you know what, Your kids ain't got no vaccine. Nope, they can't come to this school. Like, we got to really think about, this is where I get back to reality. This is, like, I'm telling you, your alarm clock goes off.
Hey, don't do it, Corey. You on your way. You on your way, Corey.
I'm not going to religion. I'm not going to religion. I'm just going to speak on reality. When your alarm clock goes off in the morning,
we was doing
and
good.
You turn and you get out of bed, what you do is you put your feet on the ground. If you ain't based on reality, you ain't grounded. You don't have the right grounding under you. You see what I'm saying?
Hey,
we got to get back into reality. But that's all.
Hey,
Go ahead.
I want to hear y'all. So y'all agree with it going that route? Like, it actually get into a point where, as it pertains to school, airplane, anywhere, work, my job, like, I gotta make that. Yeah. I gotta make that decision where they can force me to take something that, on one hand, you saying it's 95%, but there's still a percentage you still gonna get sick. Generally ain't nothing gonna happen, but some people can't have a bad reaction to it. Like, with those things, with all things not necessarily being equal, y'all think that? My other question, real quick, is to the politicalness of it. Like, with America, United States just buying 20 million, however many bought, like, there's some politics to that with the politics of, Operation Warp Speed, and you get people that's saying, like, okay, normally, I guess more from a historical point of how many years it takes to develop a vaccine versus now you've given us one in a year. Like, how do y'all feel like the politics of it plays into, again, that skepticism?
None.
With people saying, like, man, you got a vaccine in a year now, when it's been taking 10 years.
Let's deal with that part of the question first. With the mandatory for work.
Go ahead. So, do you want to crack at that one? Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, go ahead,
All right, before we do that, I'm ready now. I'm ready to read the max. I'm ready.
Oh, man, stop.
Yeah, I'm ready. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Come on, yo. You know how I do it. Okay, face mask. This is going to answer the questions that they was asking about the mask a couple minutes ago. And then we can get into Pastor Bennett's question real quick. And it says, science supports face mask covering as saving lives during coronavirus pandemic. And yet the debate trumbles on. How much evidence is enough? All right. So watch this, y'all. Where you think they was testing that at? Let's see how many people get mad at them testing masks. When her Danish colleagues first suggested distributing protective cloth masks, the people of New Guinea-Bissau, to people in Guinea-Bissau, to stem the spread of coronavirus, Christian Bean wasn't so sure. I said, yeah, that might be good, but there's limited data on whether face masks are actually effective, says Ben, a global health researcher at the University of Denmark at Copenhagen, who for decades has co-led public health campaigns in the West African countries. Okay, one of the world's poorest. Well, they make West Africa one of the world's poorest. God damn. All right, let me see. Face masks are the ubiquitous symbol of the pandemic that has sickened 35 million people and killed more than 1 million. Hospitals and other health care facilities. The use of medical grade masks clearly cuts down transmission of SARS-CoV-2 virus. But for the variety of masks in use by the public, the data are messy, separate, and often hastily assembled. Add to the diverse political discourse that included the US president disparaging their use just days before being diagnosed with COVID-19 himself, people looking at the evidence are understanding it's different, says Bruce Fischloff, a psychologist at Copenhagen, Mellon University in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, who specializes in public policy. It's legitimately confusing. That's what we were saying. Watch this. Wait a minute, did I skip? Oh man, let me see something. Hold on real quick. Hold on. All right, now I skipped the whole fucking part. Right here, I ain't want to skip this. It says that was in March, but by July, Ben and her team had worked out how to possibly provide some needed data on masks and hopefully help people in Guinea-Bissau. It says the distribution of thousands of local produced cloth face coverings to people as part of a randomized controlled trial that might be the world's largest test mass effectiveness against the spread of COVID-19. Here you go again. Africa, the gift that just keeps giving, y'all. All right, and then I read that part. I don't think I need to read it again. I was down to here. To be clear, the science supports using masks, with recent studies suggesting that they could save lives in different ways. Research shows that they cut down on chances of both transmitting and cutting the COVID virus. And some studies hint that masks might reduce the severity of the infection if people do contact the disease. Kind of Sean talked about the viral load spreading viruses. So it's the amount of virus you get. So masks actually cuts that down. Science is showing this. But being more definitive about how well they work or when to use them gets complicated. There are many types of masks, worn in a variety of environments. There are questions about people's willingness to wear them or wear them properly. Even the question of what kind of study would provide definitive proof that they work is hard to answer. How good does the evidence need to be? Asks Fishoff. It's vital question. Anyway, I'm gonna put this back in the chat again. Y'all can finish doing it. All right, so let's get to Pastor Bennett's question now. All right, y'all remember Pastor Bennett's question?
Mandatory in workplaces.
So, if you own your own company, you can make it mandatory. Okay? Simple as that. That's your right as an American citizen in the business owner. Just like YouTube can say, you can't do this, you can't do that. You can't play that whole, well, you know, I got a right. No, you don't have a right on somebody's business. As long as they're not breaking the law, they can say that you got to wear masks. They can make it mandatory. Now, how about getting a vaccine? I'm thinking you can make it mandatory. Yes, you can. Think you can make it mandatory. I'm trying to think.
They already said they're going to be making it mandatory for flights. They're going to be making it mandatory in schools, just like they already do.
Yeah.
Anybody's employer can tell them, yo, if you ain't got the vaccine, you got to go home. Like that, they already tell you, you know, like if your employer asks you to go take a drug test, you got to go take a drug test. You got to follow the company's policies. It's company policies. It's public policies. So even if it's public or private, everybody has policies, and these policies are passed through legislation. And once these policies are passed through legislation, then they can enforce these policies. So yeah, your kid is going to have to go home if they ain't got a vaccine, and they supposed to have their shots. When it's time to go to school, they got to go home. They've been doing that for years and years and years already. So like, I don't get it. But go ahead, y'all.
Yeah, and if you look at the NFL, go to the IR report, and you can see how many players are on COVID protocol, and then how many games have been pushed from Sunday to Thursday because an outbreak happened. They have to shut down the whole facility. So imagine you go to work and there's 100 workers and 80 people are unvaccinated, 20 people are vaccinated, and there's an outbreak. You can't continue to work there no more. So now your job is in jeopardy because they got to shut down the whole facility, do a cleaning. See what I'm saying? And then how would they shutting down the facility, do a cleaning, and then invite the same people back into the office unvaccinated? So that's a conundrum that we're gonna have to deal with. So it's about how much uncomfortability are you willing to live with to save lives? That's really what it's gonna boil down to.
Let me challenge that a little bit. Although I agree with Unc on the okay, if it's privately owned, then yeah, you get to make your moves. But we've seen this already take place. Now, not in the virus world, but we've seen companies who own their own business or whatever be sued, right? Be sued on discrimination purposes based on the person, whatever. And I think it depends on what they're dinging as their reason for not taking it, and if that is a right of something else, right? From the Constitution. Like if they saying making me do this violates this right of mine, right? So we gotta think about that too, on that. But even to the last thing, my question would be kind of like, I guess from more of a standpoint of the flu, like the flu virus too, and there's a vaccine for it, right? But we don't see businesses saying in flu seasons, if you don't get the flu shot, you cannot work here, right? It's a virus. People get it. People get sick.
It depends on where you at. At my wife's job, they tell her that.
Yeah.
So it just depends on where you work at.
Yeah, depending where you work at. Yep.
Yeah, and you're dealing with a different animal. You know what I'm saying? We talked about the last flu pandemic, 1918. You know what I'm saying? You talk about a pandemic versus the flu. That's a totally different animal.
Yo, so Haskell video is coming from that pseudo website activist post where they got the Bell Palsy image on the front.
Hey, y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. What? Everybody,
yeah, let me
hold on.
Let me get in right quick.
No. Freeze. I like to thank the donations. Kevin Johnson, appreciate you, man. And Mr. Byron, man, thanks for your donations, man. Everything count, man. I really appreciate that support.
Yeah.
Bag juice. What?
Hold on. Yeah, I just wanted to say I posted a link in regards to the specific information that I was sharing.
We're gonna play it. We're gonna play it just for you.
Yeah. I kind of want to keep the conversation that's constrained to that as opposed to throwing in. Hold on. As opposed to immediately. Excuse me.
Go. There's a short
YouTube video.
We can't all talk at the same time. The YouTube video is an interview of the CEO of the Pfizer CEO. So what difference does it make if it's a YouTube video?
I said
this information. Hold on, man.
You're right, bro.
Listen, we can't all talk at the same time, man. It don't make no sense if I can't talk.
You're right. Come on, man. Go ahead. You're right. I said you was
let's
right.
let Haskell get his thought out though, man. Go ahead, Haskell.
Right. So I was saying, let's not start in with the ad hominems about the source, because the words from the CEO is the words from the CEO, and that's what I'm trying to, that's what I'm conveying here. At the minute mark would you be quiet? At the minute mark that I put in the chat, 7:15, the Pfizer CEO says, when he's asked as far as transmission and the effectiveness of this vaccine and prevent transmission, he says plainly that hasn't been examined yet, right? So logical conclusion would be when Pfizer says its vaccine is 90% or 95% or whatever it is that they're claiming, they're not speaking to transmission. Fair enough?
So you're going to allow us to hear the question and hear his answer?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I put the link is in the chat. The information could be falsified that I'm claiming. The link is right there. Play it, 7:15.
He's speaking. The guy on the screen, the activist guy, he's speaking.
Bro. I just said this at 7:15. Lester Holt.
7:15.
Huh?
People.
And then what about the question, Albert, of even though I've had the protection, am I still able to transmit it to other people?
I think this is something that needs to be examined. We are not certain about that right now with what we know.
As you just witnessed for yourself, the CEO of Pfizer stated that
no idea.
He never even finished.
What's there to finish? He says in terms of preventing transmission, they haven't examined that yet. What's there to add or take or add or subtract from that?
Wait a minute. Freeze. Everybody freeze. This is what we not going to do. We not going to play this game. First of all, look at the fucking website it's coming from. It's from a damn nut. First of all. Then second of all, the nut never let the goddamn doctor finish, so he hit us with the cut and paste. That's a bunch of bull crap right there, bro. That's like a Baptist preacher reading 2 lines in the scripture and tell you the whole thing. Can we please read the whole scripture? Pastor Bennett hey, Pastor Bennett, where you at, Pastor Bennett? Real quick, where you at? I need your help.
What's up, man?
I'm asking, when you reading out the Bible, if a person read 2 lines, can he throw the whole daggone statement out of context, or do we need to read the whole daggone verse, the whole chapter, so we can get the whole context of it?
Nah, you need to read the whole verse.
Thank you, man. Okay.
Yeah, that's what Christians say all the time when they have these dissonant type of ideas in the Bible. Oh, you're taking it out of context. It's the same thing.
No, man, he's not. No, he's saying you need to read the whole thing, yo. And I'm saying is you cannot let a guy cut that man off. Why?
That's fine. I mean, look, hold on.
No, man.
Wait. I want to say one thing. I want to say one thing, right? The interview that he chopped and screwed, as you're saying, it's, I believe, what's that, CNN or MSNBC or one of them? I mean, I'm sure y'all could go and watch the whole interview.
Yeah, but
and see what the guy said.
About. I know, but why would you not do that? You've been around us long enough.
Because what is there to be added or taken away from that, Ankh? The man was asked a pointed hold on. The man was asked a pointed question. Does your vaccine prevent transmission of this virus? He said explicitly and without equivocation, that has not been examined yet. What's there to add to that?
Because Haskell, he
there's nothing more that's what's there to talk about.
Because if we don't get the context, he could be saying we haven't tested that yet. For a whole let's see if that was actually the question asked that he's responded to, bro. Like I've seen cut and paste job like that, bro. You got to get the whole video and see, like, okay, he wouldn't even.
So you
I'm saying, Haskell, even if you're right, even if you're right, there's nothing wrong with getting the whole conversation.
Right, Haskell. I ain't even trying to say you right or wrong. I'm saying, yo, can we just hear the whole thing, bro?
That's it.
That's all I'm saying. Can we do that? Don't that make more sense for the conversation?
I mean, that's fair, but unless the pseudo, as you call him, literally splice that thing, like, come on.
So that was Lester Holt, right? That was Lester Holt. What was that on NBC or something like that?
Yeah, that's Lester Holt.
We're gonna find that interview.
Yeah, we're gonna find that.
Hey,
Yeah.
Even though he tried to cut me with the whole Christian thing, I mean, you generally, just to keep things in context, you read the whole thing. But just to give him a little credit, I have seen that same thing in other articles. Like, I don't know how y'all feel about Forbes and different things like that, but that article says while the Pfizer vaccine has proven safe and effective, so they ain't hating on it, because it says while Pfizer vaccine has proven safe and effective at reducing disease in more than 95% of clinical trial participants, it prevents infection and transmission remains unknown. Likely it will, but until this is evident, we must continue to take great care in protecting ourselves. So I don't think that the guy he was playing was saying that it's not. I think he was saying it ain't became evident yet. It ain't been tried yet.
That hasn't been assessed yet, right? So that's my overarching point is that when we're reading that,
you owe me an apology though. But you owe me an apology though.
Can I ask a question though? Can I ask a question?
No way possible they haven't assessed that.
Let me get this out.
Go ahead.
What you mean? He just said they haven't assessed it, Corey.
Hey, hold on, relax. I like this.
I don't believe it.
You really want me to go down? You have to.
I don't believe it.
I'm trying not to do that to you.
I just want to ask a question.
Now, what was this guy's name again, though, Haskell? One more time. Who are we listening to again? The CEO of who? Of Pfizer?
Of Pfizer, yeah.
I'm biased. Haskell's correct.
Okay, hold on. Everybody freeze 1 minute. Wait. Let's do this for a minute. This is what I love. I love this moment right here. So let me get this straight, Haskell. The CEO of a company that's trying to make billions of dollars back. Let me get this straight. Pfizer didn't take no governmental money to do the research. They have investors. Now, let me calm down. Brother, they have investors. You could never convince me that a guy that's trying to make back $1 billion would actually make a statement that would cause the stock of his company to drop and would not allow him to make money. It's more to it, bro. You can't convince me. We talking billions of dollars. No person as the CEO of a $1 billion company is going to get on there and act like the vaccine ain't doing what it's supposed to do. That don't make no sense, Haskell. I heard what he said. I heard what Pastor Bennett said, and I'm saying there's more to it than what we got right now.
Yeah, you
Ain't
sound
no way in the world that you or any other person could convince me that you would throw $1 billion away like that, bro. That's the real issue. Is he saying that the vaccine ain't doing what it's supposed to do? What is it that we do not understand at this point?
I
Do
don't.
you hear me? Wait,
I don't. I hear the
wait.
question.
Are you listening to what I just said?
No,
Haskell?
I'm listening. Absolutely. But what I'm gonna say
Does
is,
that make sense? Hold on. Does that make sense?
It
They
makes
invested over billions of dollars, and the CEO gonna come out and make it seem like the vaccine don't work?
Listening with half
well,
a brain.
well, listen, I don't do beliefs or try to mind read. I go by what people say in plain English.
Nah, that's not in plain
You're
English,
listening
man.
with
Hold
half
on.
a brain, Haskell.
Hold on.
Unbiased say he's correct. Unbiased say Haskell correct. Drop the
Hold
link.
on, because look, you'll give yourself an aneurysm trying to figure out why a CEO would do this or they wouldn't do that or they would. All I can say is from what Pastor Bennett just read about the effectiveness.
I don't know what he read. I don't know what he
From
read.
Forbes. He read from Forbes. It said it's effective in reducing disease.
Calm down for a minute. Calm
in
down.
terms, okay.
Pastor Bennett, can you pass that article in the back chat for us, please?
All right, I will.
Yeah, go ahead, Haskell.
I just got one question.
Yeah.
Right there. What's on the screen?
Talk, and then we're gonna keep running in circles when we can sit here and deal with it right here on the screen.
Yeah, we're gonna deal with it on the screen. Let's go. Deal with it on the screen. Let's go.
Pfizer BioNTech say COVID vaccine is more than 90% effective. Great day for science and humanity. This is Dr. Albert Burlow.
Freeze. Why would it be a great day for science and humanity if the shit don't work? But keep going. I got it, Pastor Ben.
All right, so the key points is this: the CEO of Pfizer held the trial results a great day for science and humanity. Pfizer and BioNTech said that the split between the vaccination individuals and those who received the placebo indicate a vaccine effective rate of above 90%. At 7 days after the second dose, it means the protection of COVID is achieved 28 days after the initial vaccine, which consists of 2 doses. By the way, before I move forward, we talked about the immunity thing. They're giving this a certain immunity gap, which will later be explained. So you said the interview was with who?
Lester Holt.
All right, so Lester Holt, he with MSNBC, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
All right. So he announced what day was the interview?
That I do not know.
Look at the.
All right. So
Excuse me.
Pfizer BioNTech announced Monday that the coronavirus vaccine was more than 90% effective in preventing COVID-19 among those without evidence of prior infection, hailing the development as a great day for science and humanity. I think that we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Pfizer chairman and CEO Dr. Albert Burrell told CNBC, Meg Terrell in the Squawk Box, I believe this is likely the most significant medical advancement in the last 100 years. If you count the impact this will have in the public health global economy. Now, this announcement comes as drug makers and research centers scramble to deliver a safe and effective vaccine to help bring an end to coronavirus pandemic that has climbed to over 1.2 million lives worldwide. Scientists are hoping for a coronavirus that is at least 75% effective, while the White House coronavirus advisor, Dr. Fauci, has said it's one that is 50 or 60 effective would be acceptable. And then, of course, it gets into the stock rising. Now, you said it was, he said what again?
So we're talking about reducing severity or reducing transmission. I'm seeing something to the effect of it. I'm trying to find a source though, because it's saying it.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna read what it said.
Lester Holt was talking to all three CEOs, right? The ones from Pfizer, the ones from Johnson and Johnson, and the one. Hold on, let me see.
I'm a
Wait, hold on, Pastor Bennett. Where that
He was
statement
talking to
at?
Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson and Johnson. So these is all three CEOs that he got on a Skype. He's Skyping them or Zooming them, whatever one. But they all three on the screen, and he interviewing them.
But I'm gonna try to find the source of what I'm reading right here, right?
All right, hold on 1 second to stop there real quick. What'd you say, Pastor Bennett? I got that one right there too. That's it, right, Pastor Bennett?
Go to the 4th paragraph. You'll see it.
Hold on. All right. No. We ain't gonna start right there at the 4th paragraph. We ain't gonna jump in. You just jumped in. Let's start from the top.
Okay, yeah, right there.
I read that at the top. This is important. Yeah. If you missed the whole, if you just dive in at the 4th paragraph, I get what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. All right, let's go to the first part. Let's go.
The trouble with herd immunity and COVID-19 vaccines.
All right. Okay.
So
this
now,
is what this is what the article's talking about. Now watch this. Go ahead.
all right. Now that an independent advisor panel has voted in favor of approving Pfizer's 2-dose COVID-19 vaccine, it likely won't be long before the U.S. Food and Drug Administration clears it for emergency use. Within 24 hours of the decision, millions of doses will be en route to health workers and long-term care residents across the country, beginning a mass vaccination campaign that many hope will end in herd immunity. A vaccine will make a critical addition to our defense against COVID-19. This is much as certain.
Now stop.
But
Stop. Read that again.
A vaccine will make a critical addition to our defense against COVID-19. This much is certain.
So they certain of that. Keep going. Watch this.
But our ability to achieve vaccination-induced herd immunity is less so.
Keep going.
While that shouldn't stop us from trying, it also shouldn't stop us from practicing and promoting safety guidelines that can actually contain the disease. If COVID-19 is raging forest fire and a vaccine, the firefighter dispatched to quell it, tried and true prevention measures, social distancing, mask wearing, and rapid tests among them are how we protect ourselves until the trucks come rolling in. The WHO.
Is this the chapter? Is this the verse right here? I say the verse.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, we almost.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all can't stop hating. I'm telling y'all.
Something similar, but go ahead.
The World Health Organization estimates that 65 to 70% of given population must be vaccinated to halt the spread of the disease. Once that threshold is crossed, the COVID-19 virus will have too few human hosts to choose from, driving down transmission rates dramatically. This process of getting there is simply enough in theory, but laborious and a time-consuming in practice involving many factors, and that can be enumerated endlessly, but boiled down to 4. So here we go. The first factor involves property intrinsic to both the vaccine and the virus. While Pfizer vaccine has proven safe and effective at reducing disease in more than 95% of clinical trial participants, whether it prevents infection and transmission remains unknown. Here's the line that they're taking to now. Likely it will, but until this is evident, we must continue to take great care in protecting ourselves and others from contracting disease, even post-vaccination. The second factor, in the duration of protection, in other words, how long the protection conferred by a vaccine will last. Several studies, though not all, suggest that natural immunity to COVID-19 virus is quick to fade. Vaccine-induced immunity might do nature one better, but that isn't always the case. The immune response precipitated by the influenza vaccine, for instance, dwindles in 4 to 6 months. Only time will tell whether our protection against COVID-19 is short-lived. The third factor, social rather than biological this time, is how many people take the vaccine. Due to a lack of data on how the Pfizer vaccine affects children and teens, Thursday FDA advisor panel deliberated its use in people 16 and over only. It may be that the children below the age of 18, who make up about 23% of the population, aren't cleared for the vaccine for several months. Until then, the onus is on adults, some of whom have their own reasons for abstaining, whether their skepticism is fueled by fear mongering from the anti-vax movement, or in the case of the minority groups, in particular Black Americans, a long history of malpractice in the name of medicine. Hold up, my bad.
Already touched on the area that he was talking about, right?
Yeah, we on the
It-
four
it-
week
it-
whole thing.
And it don't seem like it's saying it won't. It just seemed like it's saying it should. It seemed like the paragraph that Sean read before seemed like it was saying if you can obtain the herd immunity, that the vaccine should lessen the transmission dramatically. And I think it went on just to say, but it's not known yet until
they
the
observe it.
vaccine observed it and gone out.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, the brief of it right here is that when you go to does vaccine prevent transmission, it says in general, some vaccines are more effective at reducing severity of disease than reducing transmission. While the early COVID vaccine will probably all have some effect on transmission, it remains to be seen how much of one vaccine is better at reducing disease.
Whoa. What you reading? You reading that?
It's just a short of what the other
Say it
article.
again. Say it again. I figured it out. Go ahead. Say that again. Read that again. I got it.
In general, some vaccines are effective at reducing severity of disease.
Now stop. Stop. Let me tell you what they mean right there. What they're saying is like certain flu vaccines, right, actually gave you some cross coverage. So what they're saying is, although the vaccine is 94% effective, say you're one of them that happen to get sick with the vaccine, they're not sure if that's going to kind of help the actual disease or not. That's what they mean. I just needed a minute to figure it out.
Yeah, it says, in general, some vaccines are more effective at reducing severity of disease. They're more effective, than reducing transmission. So while these early COVID-19s will probably all have some effect on transmission, it remains to be seen how much of one vaccine is better at reducing the spread of the virus than the other. So like I was saying before, they cannot guarantee it until they observe it. That's really the bottom line of what he's saying. Until it's out and they observe it and they get the data back.
What's wrong with that though?
Which
What's
is
wrong with
far
that?
better than running around here with some herbs and spices.
There's nothing. Listen. There's nothing wrong with that. We're just reading what it is. Like,
right.
You gotta stop being defensive about these conversations. We're just having a talk, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is.
Whoa.
No. Come in here and mess it up.
No. Hold on. We're not being defensive. We're saying for a guy to come through here and to knock $1 million business is there to make some goddamn money and act like they was acting like the shit wasn't working. That's what I'm talking about. And no, I wasn't being defensive. I just need to slow the conversation down to understand what's going on. It's simple as this. You only know what you know. And if you read the whole article, like I said, you will get the full picture. That it's far better to have a damn vaccine than it is to sit around like Haskell and not take one, no matter what we try to come up with at this point. That is the point that I'm making.
Yeah, of course. But the point I'm making is
so was that the article? Was that the Lester Holt interview though?
Hell no, we ain't get to that yet.
No, I'm on another site about just.
I got that. I put that in the pseudo killers. So if somebody want to bring that up and put that on the screen, I put it in the pseudo killers, and I can read it. I can read it for y'all right now.
Yeah, let Malcolm get into the conversation since he's working with this every day. How you doing, brother? Pseudo killer on deck.
You put in what pseudo killer chat? Oh, the back chat, Corey?
What's going on?
I put it in the iPhone thing. My bad. If Unc can get it in the iPhone pseudo.
I'm gonna put it in the Facebook joint. Go ahead, Malcolm. What's good, brother? Pseudo killer on deck. What's up?
Man, not too much, man. Good to see y'all live again. I was knocked out, man, and woke up, saw Sean sending the notification as usual, keep me abreast. From what it sounds like I'm reading, there may be a misunderstanding in what the article is saying about and that's what I was describing, I think yesterday or a couple of days ago, Sean. There's a difference between disease and infection.
Yes, sir.
Difference between disease prevention and infection. So you can be infected and not have the disease. It's very important. You can be infected and not have disease. Disease occurs secondary to infection. So COVID-19 is the disease. The coronavirus is the infection. This vaccine is to prevent disease. It's not being tested necessarily to prevent transmission, from what I'm gathering from looking at the study. So they're not sure if it'll do that, but they are trying to stop people from dying right now. And that is what the vaccine, and it sounds like what paragraph 4 is talking about. So,
Yeah.
and it's very important in understanding the language. Disease and infection are different. They're tied together, but you can still be, you may still be potentially infected, but you already have the antibodies to fight the infection. Therefore, you will never experience a severity in disease. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah, it makes sense to me, but you know, the people
Yeah.
needed it then dove off the joint.
Yeah, Fauci explained it also when in that conversation. Well, you was there, shoot, you was in listening, who was playing it.
Play it again.
Yeah, I don't want to play the whole thing though, because I don't know what timestamp at. It's a
Oh, I thought you might have the timestamp.
Nah, it's 28 minutes. I'll go in there and do my thing, but I won't have Scale to put his stuff in there. If he gonna hit us with the okie doke poke from activistpost.com, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we ain't using that.
So Malcolm,
you pull up an article and they got Bell's palsy right there trying to they already trying to sway you, yo.
let me ask you a question, Malcolm. So as far as what you're reading, right? They'll be able to get the data from transmission, right? After
What you
think about the virus? I mean, I talked about.
Yeah. So you hitting it. They'll be able to get the data after it's been out in the public.
Where's Malcolm? Man? Who's that in the back? Right there?
Which one? Who
That's on Corey Sharon.
Girl's wife, son.
Oh.
I say bring him on the show, we'll beat him up. Yeah, if he's not a virologist, then he don't understand biology. What kind of doctor is he?
No, I mean, he just
But also, yeah. You was making a point though. Go ahead.
Yeah, after it's already initiated, then they'll be able to get the data as far as transmission.
Yeah, because they didn't do it too quick. And
really
I'll tell you how they didn't do it too quick. So
that,
let me give you an example.
Trials is
in
over,
the
right?
1600s, it took about 3 months
You see what I'm saying?
ship powered by sails to make the trip from Africa to the United States. In the advent of steam engines and diesel engines, the trip takes 4 days. So you can't say the trip was too quick. They did the trip too quick. They did the trip too quick. The reason they was able to do the trip quick is because of technology. Now they got electron microscopes. They've been working with the family coronaviruses for about 10 years now. So the 4 major viruses that cause common cold are coronaviruses. They had an outbreak of the SARS and the MERS coronaviruses. So they already had the genome. As a matter of fact, they had a vaccine. Oh, y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
My fault. I'm talking to a friend of mine. Keep going. Talking to a friend of mine. Hold on. So
Sean. Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, whoever, real quick. So with what Malcolm just said as it pertains to, okay, infection being the first step, the transmission and infection of COVID-19, then becoming the disease, the coronavirus, right? But with that statement we just read that states the Pfizer vaccine is 95% effective as to the disease. So that's to the people that have already been infected with it, right? And now have the disease coronavirus. That vaccine is, are you saying, this is a question, are you saying that vaccine is effective to that disease, but that vaccine has not yet been proven if it will stop the person with the disease from spreading it and then causing someone else to then become affected? Is that what it's saying?
You asking me or Sean?
Yes.
Either one. I'm just asking based on what y'all were just talking about as it
Speak
pertains
on
to
it, Malcolm.
infection versus disease.
Speak
Yeah,
on it.
you have one
Yeah.
shot. You can just have one shot and not the booster, and it'd be an issue with conflict on reinfection or a reoccurrence of that. But I'll let Malcolm explain.
Yeah, so it sounds like I want to be clear. You're not saying that. Are they saying that people with the disease should receive the vaccine to not have severe symptoms? Is that what you're asking? Because remember, the vaccine is it's to prevent disease.
No. So the article we just read, or the I guess the quote in question that we were talking about, stated that the Pfizer vaccine has proven 95% effective for the disease, but that whether or not that same vaccine helps the infection or transmission is unknown. So based on how you just talked about infections and diseases, I'm asking you, is that statement then saying the vaccine can help with the disease, but we don't know if that person that helps with the disease, if it's going to stop them from transmitting it?
Correct. That's correct.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
And the main thing though, Pastor, is like, there's no way of knowing that until he observes it.
Right, I get that part.
Yeah, you feel me? Yep. So that so that's why they'll say, it most likely, in theory, it will. You see what I'm saying? They'll still speak in that type of language until they can say for certain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think it's good that they say that. I think it's good to say it, but I also think it's good that people know that, because people have an expectation based on getting the vaccine that they'll be around their family, right? And just thinking, because I got the shot, or around people with no mask, I guess that's making me understand more why they're saying even after you take the vaccine, still wear your mask. Where some people may think, if I get the vaccine, I'm good. I ain't got to wear my mask or nothing. What they're saying, not saying it's not going to lessen transmission dramatically, but until we see that people aren't still transmitting it, we can't know that for sure.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah,
and that is
and that transmission is in regards to the person that already got it, right?
Yeah. So
that's with the. Go ahead,
But I
Shane. That's
put
with
the
the Pfizer
exact
vaccine.
quote up that Haskell had. You know what I'm saying? And the CEO was very clear. He was just as clear. If you had read that, I'm just using you as an example, Pastor Bennett, because you got a good understanding of it. Just that quick by us reading that, and you just understood it. It just snapped into your brain, just like that, right? But if you had read his whole quote that he said, you would have understood it the same exact way. The problem is Haskell misinterpreted the what he said, and then he brought it to us in the way that he interpreted it. You see what I'm saying? And that's the problem. See, this is what we keep talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I understand, like, people got questions and this and that and the other, right? And we here definitely, like Brother Unc, he definitely here to answer those types of questions. I can answer some of those questions, but like, that's what we trying to combat, though. You see what I'm saying? The misinformation, the not reading the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead. If y'all want me to put up the whole quote, that's what I was sharing. I'll put it up.
Hey, Corey,
If you read the whole quote, you would have understood it just like that, Pastor Bennett. I promise.
But that's why it's good to let that happen, though, because you get to break everything down, and then people get to see it play out. You see what I'm saying?
I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement with Corey. I be trying to say that in my field of study. People don't listen to me. They just take one scripture and be like, "No, but it say this, Pastor Bennett," and I be like, "But you can't just read it like that."
Yeah, Pastor, what it's saying basically what we've been saying when we talked about. I think this question was posed earlier before Haskell jumped on the panel and then threw us for the monkey wrench. is that we were talking about, you know, this thing being out in the environment, right? We know that it's only 20 million, really only 10 million available doses of the vaccine. I'm saying 10 million because those 10 million people got to have 2 doses. You see what I'm saying? So we know that that's not enough of the population to actually help fight overall this whole virus. But there's a lot more collective data that we're going to get out of that. Just like the 44,000 and the 38,000 between the two companies, Moderna and Pfizer, that's almost like almost 80,000 people that we're also going to have evidence on. Now, I don't know if you know this, but Pfizer's vaccine trial, one of the requirements for all the participants was to log their day-to-day activity for 2 years, report any symptoms to the doctor immediately. That information goes into the database and is reviewed, and the doctor will pull them in for further evaluation. That's what's coming along with it. It's not all right, we're going to give you the vaccine and then we just going to let you go on about your day. They had specific guidance and rules in place once they were vaccinated. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this doesn't mean go on and do whatever it is that you want to do. This means continue to mask up and do everything. The first death was someone in the placebo group who contracted COVID-19. And out of Pfizer, and that was like the lone death right there. And we don't know what this person was doing whatsoever, but we know that they contracted this particular virus. And that was catastrophic for that participant's family members because, you know, when it was reported that one person had died, the first thing that they did was go back to the data. And what does our data say? Okay, this person was a part of the placebo group. And then we document that. But this was known before really the actual paperwork came out. You know what I'm saying? We knew about that death like a week or so ago, maybe a little bit longer.
But what they're saying was based on a number that 95% less people that contracted will die.
Yeah,
that's the moral of the story. More people will live, right? So.
And y'all mentioned about the.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was gonna say y'all mentioned about the vaccine dosages. I had a partner of mine that I'm actually doing a show with him and my younger brother. He's an MD. Him and my little brother actually were school classmates. We all come out of Memphis. He called me the other day and said, "Man, look, I want to do a live. I got my shot. I'm gonna say it again. I got my vaccination for the coronavirus. He got his yesterday because he's one of those essential workers who I think he will have some at his clinic as well. But he's wanting to talk about it. He had no side effects other than the normal painful sore in his arm, but he has to go back within 17 to 21 days to get his second dose. But he called me this morning, literally getting off work, me, him, and my younger brother, who's a doctor of pharmacy, sat and had a discussion about the vaccine and one of the discussions he planned to have on Sunday.
This may not be a question this may not be a question y'all can answer, but what happens if it's not effective in the infection and transmission of it? So even if you achieve herd immunity, meaning you have 70 to 80%, people who take the vaccine, what if the vaccine is effective to the disease, but not the same rate of effectiveness on infection? Are we just saying, well, the virus just stays around until we find something else? Is that what it is?
It's going to continue to stay around.
Yeah, less people still would die. See what I'm saying? Numbers would be greatly reduced to the deaths.
No, I'm talking. No, I'm not talking that because I understand you saying, King Sosa, you saying that based on the vaccine helping the disease portion, right?
Yeah. So even if it continues to be transmitted, which is most probably, you understand?
No, my question, I guess, is more to like earlier when And I don't know if you was here, King Sosa. So Sean may remember when I'm talking about the other vaccine for the other viruses and diseases that kind of have faded out. My question is more or less, so if we achieve herd immunity, but it is not effective, again, this is just obviously hypothetical because it could very well be, but if it's not hypothetical, I mean, if it's not effective as to the transmission and to the infection being spread, then does that mean the virus just sticks around until you get a vaccine that does affect not only disease of it, but the actual transmission?
Yes. The reason why we this is basically a global issue. It's not confined to America, right? So while it's a global issue, we still run the risk of this pathogen surviving over long periods of time. Think about polio. Look how long we've been without, someone actually having polio, but you have people that are in these third world countries that still have polio. Not only just polio, but MMR, like the case instance used last year with the Samoa breakout, the epidemic in Samoa. So when that transpired, that lets you know that, hey, these pathogens are still in existence. They're still there. So if we just stop vaccinating all the children over the next few years, we will see a reemergence in all the things in which we are currently vaccinated on right now. So it's going to take it'll be a while before we actually can control that. But if this thing is acting similar to the flu, then it may be a seasonal reaction. And then they got to get into the science of predicting what strand or what variant of this particular virus has emerged or is emerging, and what's its effects.
Okay.
Good point, John.
I'm
saying that was a good point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because viruses need a host in order to survive, and that's why they were trying to have people to socially distance and perform all those protective measures. As long as it has a host, it'll be around.
Yeah, so it might be a yearly thing with that with your flu vaccination.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
But like I said, we jumping the gun though. We gotta wait. We might, what I'm saying, once it's out, and then we see what they might say, hey, look, it is. But you know what I'm saying? So we jumping the gun. You know what I'm saying?
But really, what we're supposed to do though, like Pastor Bennett, he's supposed to ask a question. Haskell's supposed to throw his craziness in there, even though it's irritating as hell. But we are supposed to speculate about the future of what this looks like for us. Now, notice we having a conversation amongst ourselves and the people in the chat, because it's about basically our community, the people that we are close to, and the way we conversate. But on the flip side of this, all the other people having these conversations among their people as well. So it's healthy for us to have these dialogues, because this is the first time that, think about it, scientists have really been able to get busy with this, yo. So we get to walk with science. We get to walk through the whole process, and that's the best part.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, even though it could be that, let's just not, you know what I mean? Let's be patient still. Wait for the data to come out. You know what I'm saying? And see what's next. So we got to take it step by step. Feel me?
Yeah.
We on
so
step
we still
one,
got
two.
to make sure that we lock in on our data from Moderna. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be looking for some updated information from Moderna. But I know this is gonna be what comes out tomorrow, and we'll have some more signs behind that.
Yeah, because I think they're talking like April before it's right before the mask.
Yeah.
Yes, talk like April before it gets into the arms of your everyday guy.
Yeah, late April, maybe early May, and then it could be a little bit further due to the amount of vaccines that they actually have. So it is going to be a much longer process. And you're talking about hundreds of millions of potential people getting vaccinated, and that's going to take time in itself. Everybody can't go to the doctor all at the same time to get the vaccines. So they have to employ like your local CVSs and all of that to administer certain things. And then you got to deal with the people who can't really afford certain things. How do we handle that situation? Like the impoverished areas, You know what I mean? What kind of plan do you have in place for them? What kind of governmental assistance can we have for the elderly who are already struggling to actually just, you know, they $600-700 a month. COVID then ripped away certain opportunities for them. They can't even get all their medications already. What we gonna do about them? You know what I mean? So
that shit ain't free, Sean.
Right. I know it ain't free, bro. I know it ain't free.
What happened to
I wouldn't be surprised if it is.
what happened to us having a certain amount of faith in the people that you know,
Do the work.
I remember getting vaccinated when I was younger. And I don't remember my mother asking none of these type questions. Everybody I went to school with got vaccinated. I don't remember it was no big thing. People ain't nobody fall out and you know what I mean, start foaming at the mouth. These the way that they these laboratories and stuff and the amount of information that they give us now is way greater than back in the 80s when, you know what I mean? And we wasn't questioning it. You feel me? Now everybody questioning everything like we have the ability to actually understand. Like I'm being honest. Like, yo, if you don't have certain type of schooling, a lot of this shit is foreign language to us. Like, and we're not being honest. It's like when people don't have, people in this community are questioning, right, whether the earth is flat. Like, it's so out of hand, yo. Like, and then when somebody is telling them, like, yo, mathematically, could you show how the earth is not flat? You feel me? I mean, that the earth is, can you show mathematically, right? Or through any type of demonstration how the earth is flat? They can't do it, but they're still arguing that the earth is flat. The same way we're arguing whether we're Hebrew Israelites or whether, you know what I mean? Like, yo, or whether the Egyptians was sub-Saharan Africans.
Yeah, Chef, get that shit in there, baby.
Like everything, so we're arguing stuff that's way past our education. Like if somebody was to lay it out for us, could we actually understand it? You feel me? Like, like we gotta be real at some point, yo. When we go to the doctors and they tell us we got a heart murmur, we accept that shit. Like,
yeah, hey, or the best thing you can do, or the best thing you can do is get a second opinion. And if you don't like that one, get a third opinion.
Hey, but real quick, because I was just about to say this, but Chef, to your point, let y'all just hear me out and tell me if what y'all think, because I'm not saying y'all. When I say y'all, I'm not speaking to everybody that's on the panel, but the community created that same monster. I'm gonna give you an example. If you look in the chat right now, Sean, I don't know if that's your guy. I don't know if he just trolling or what. But the Tony guy, he says, "Give me 2 minutes with Pastor Bennett. He will never show his face." He said he will never show his face again. The slave master religion got you talking foolishness. Now everybody that's been on the chat, right? No, I ain't saying nothing foolish. All I've been doing is listening and asking questions, right? But my point,
Stay on the chat, man.
No. I'm making this to make a point to Chef on for real. What I'm saying is the same way some people just hate religion so much because of, even just take Christianity. Like Christianity has some has done some terrible things in history, right? So that'll make a person, if I start talking Christianity, automatically just reject it. They won't hear nothing. Well, I'm saying if you take that on the ills of science, we can't act like, as for Black people or African-American people, how you want to say it, or Africans even, that science and medicine hasn't had its negative part to it. So when that history starts getting put around, sometimes even though what y'all talking tonight ain't nothing like that, and what y'all are saying, there's no evidence that suggests that about what y'all are teaching, sometimes people just going to automatically come with that skewed view of it. You see what I'm saying? Now that's not everybody, but I'm saying some people are always going to come with that skewed view.
Pastor Bennett, I want to say two things, Pastor Bennett.
You keep on coming over here dealing with us, you're gonna end up not religious. I'm gonna tell you that right
Brother,
now.
come on.
But
See how he can't,
he
can't leave me alone. Me and Corey gonna have to get in a debate because he just won't leave me alone.
Hey, you better watch out who you hanging with.
No, that's not gonna happen because I don't have a problem with science. Science don't conflict with me, with my faith. That's not gonna happen. That's why I'm saying, that's why I pointed out his comment to point out, like, as I've been talking to y'all, I haven't dealt with Jesus or the Bible one time. You don't have to deal with what y'all was dealing with.
Hey, Pastor, can I ask you a question? And this ain't got nothing to do. Do you have any doctors in your congregation?
PhDs?
Medical doctors.
Yeah, because I got PhDs, but I don't believe there's a medical doctor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, and that's the issue. Like, how many doctors do we actually have in our community? That's why this should be so foreign to us, man. We don't.
Hey, Chef, but I wouldn't.
Nobody to really explain this shit to us. So
hey, but Chef, I wouldn't.
Yo, like.
Hey, Chef, y'all. But Sean and them taught some real good information tonight. Like they broke it down in a way that a lot of other people ain't gonna want to listen to it because of that first part I was talking about. But even I can say they broke down and explained some good information. You want to know something though, Chef? I'm not bringing my people on here. You want to know why? Because Corey. See, I can't bring my people in here because he gonna turn it into something else.
Yeah, Corey like a pit bull, man. Corey like
Come
a
on, man. Keep it real. Hey, y'all gotta keep it real.
I want to address something you said earlier. You said science. You did the false equivocation fallacy. CK, she got to do a video on that. That's my request to CK to do a video on the false equivocation fallacy. But what you said was science has its faults too. Religious got its faults and science got its faults too, right? But what we trying to tell you is that's not science, that's pseudoscience. You see what I'm saying?
You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that.
And so this is
hey, Sean, y'all need to correct them on that.
You can't equivocate. You falsely equivocating the science, the pseudoscience with bad religion. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not
no, Corey. I'm saying there's been
they were pseudo Christians.
Corey, there's been actual scientists, right, who might have been right about their science but was wrong about their racism, and they use science against our people. You can't say that that's not true. Like they might have been right that vaccines and stuff is right for humanity, but the way they went about the trials and stuff wasn't always fair to Africans and stuff like that. Like you can't just say, and just because you disagree with their practices don't automatically mean you just change it to pseudo. What I'm saying is people rightfully can have issues with that era of science. Or people can have issues.
I'm not saying it's no racist scientists. It's racist scientists today, but you're saying science. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying though.
Ain't racist though. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Any science that you deem racist, it would be pseudoscience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
but then scientists are racist. You got racist scientists, bro.
Hold on. But that's all I said. That's the only point I was making. That people. That's the only point I was making.
Yeah.
The only point I was making that people that sometimes come into like have a skewed view of science. They don't even want to hear it. Like I said, what the information y'all gave out tonight was clear. It was whether you agree with it or not, it's clear, it's understandable. You hear what you're saying, it makes sense. It ain't got nothing to do with religion, got nothing to do with faith, but it makes sense just what you're saying about vaccines. It made sense to me. The questions that I asked, they made sense. But I'm saying you may have somebody that come in that before they hear you even make sense, they like, oh, you talking that science crap, and that you talking that science crap may be their skewed view that what these scientists did in these era to Black people, they don't even want to hear it. They don't want to hear about good scientists. They don't want to hear about how scientists has helped the world, how science has helped the world. That was the only equivalence that I was trying to make through certain
Yeah,
comments.
but
So
I
I'm
don't-
saying you still got to find your way to deal with those people that feel like I don't even want to hear that.
but I
I'm
don't
speaking
believe
to
him
the
though.
chef's point.
I don't believe them because they get in a car made by engineers and scientists and they drive down the road at 100 miles an hour and stop and get out their car. They put their babies in car seats. They're plastics that scientists design. They put their babies in car seats, federal regulated car seats and seat belts.
And there's people that don't believe in God that get their babies Christian, but you still got people that
I'm just making a point here. So people pick and choose what they want to trust and don't believe.
Agreed.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I can't listen to them. That's the
start
point.
getting mad.
Like,
I
it's
told you,
ridiculous.
control your anger.
I'm gonna control
See
mine.
it in-
Okay.
No, he's right. Because they put their lives in science hands so many times a day. But then when we come to the vaccine, where we see the whole world is being attacked by something, right? Now, y'all want to be so, thorough on what science is and what it's doing. And that's like, we not being realistic right now. You feel me? I feel like it's a fake concern at this point.
Yeah.
But y'all don't see the difference between a car and a vaccine? Y'all
Yeah,
don't
but
see
there's
the
a
difference
large-
between making a car and a vaccine?
There's a large population, though, of people who are conspiracy theorists, right? And it doesn't matter what it is. Like, they are driven by conspiracies. So the fact, like, the fact that you're talking vaccine, they're looking at it like, oh, now you can use nanotechnology. That type of mindset just exists. So those people are just out there. You know what I'm saying? And those people influence other people. So that's what it is. When you look at this community, and I said this before, this community is not to be confused with the real world. Like, this community, the way it started when I first came on, blackology, white man, a devil, and then having a show and then go back and now they like, yo, you using white people? Like, you told us white man was like, this community started off, it started off on a faulty conclusion.
Faulty premise.
From the jump. So now it's trying to correct. So yeah, it's going to be backlash because now we're trying to right the wrong that was done. And even by some of our elders before. So we're trying to rewrite the history in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Reestablish something new and build on the actual premise. Huh?
Pastor, what you say? You said there's a difference. Hold on, Corey. Pastor, you said there's a difference between a car.
What did you say?
You said there's a difference between a car and that's before Wickham jumped in. You said it was a car. Is a difference between driving a car made by technology, science, and rubber and all that, and a vaccine? You saying that's a difference?
No. I understand there's a difference. I was speaking as to how people have used it against Black people. They haven't used cars against Black people the same way they've used medicines.
So, but a car, but a car is far more dangerous than a vaccine. Like, if you opened up any book and figure out, people drink, man, and drive.
To the self-individual, though. You talk about to the self-individual, it is. You drinking and driving is in your own control. If somebody giving me something that I don't gonna kill me is not.
But you driving on the road with them people too, bro.
Well, yeah, you do know driving a car is far more dangerous than taking a vaccine. I just hope the community know this. And we need platforms like the church to explain that. Like, man, all y'all drove to church, right? With Christ on your side. Not trying to be funny. I get it. But you got to know that drive to church and back home is 1,000,000% more dangerous than the vaccine. You stand a better chance of killing yourself in that car or getting in an accident than getting harmed from a vaccine. And where's the proof, Ray? The proof is that everybody sitting in that church has been vaccinated and ain't none of them dead.
Let me say this. Let me
finish this. Hold on. That if I was to go to your church and have a conversation, I would say, how many of you know of family members and friends that have been affected by the drug trade? They would all raise their hand. How many of you in this church that have family members and friends that has been affected by gun violence? And they would all raise their hand. How many family members do you know that's been locked up and put in prison? they would raise their hand. How many of you know those who have died from drug addiction, alcoholism? They would raise their hand. How many of you know people that died from cocaine, heroin? They would all raise their hand. How many of you know didn't finish high school? They would all raise their hand. How many of you didn't go to college? They would all raise their hand. How many people you know that can read, can't read? They would raise their hand. And I asked them, how many people do you know that have died from a damn vaccine? And nobody will raise their hand. And with that, I'm done.
Let me just say this. Right? Let me say this back, and I'll let you go because I'm gonna be brief. Because I kind of get what you're speaking to, right? And what he's addressing, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Prior to the vaccine, prior to the pandemic, African Americans had a general distrust for hospitals. If you was to walk to a black person on the street and tell him, yo, go to the hospital, he already had a natural type of disposition to go into the hospital, a lot of them. See what I'm saying? So that fear and that miseducation, not being educated on what question to ask, what's going on, and the lack thereof is now leaked over into this vaccine pandemic. Because that fear was there prior to. So this pandemic is only compounded the fear that pre-existed before the pandemic. You can go ahead, Pat.
Man, Abdul, you will not be a chatty patty in this chat room. You have the link. Get on here and say your piece. Rockman Abdul, you have been warned. Do not talk me to death in the chat room. Do not talk me to death in the chat room. You have been warned. Get up on here and express yourself to the rest of the world.
Yeah, y'all made good point.
Shut up.
What King Sosa said was me making my point. Like I don't have that disagreement because, like I said, I hear the information y'all giving, and I think it's really good information. But what I'm saying is, some people, the same way they do on the religious tip, when they don't want to hear nothing about God, they don't want to hear nothing about good Christianity. They don't want to hear nothing about it's just a tool that they use for good. We don't care nothing about. We don't want to hear. I'm saying a lot of that comes from the only historical portion they know from the late 1400s to now, right? That's about all they really want to know about. And what I'm saying is you got that same thing in science. You got that in housing. Like people know with housing, Black people don't get treated fair as whites in the housing market. A lot of people, when they selling their homes, if they Black, they take their pictures down. Why? Because they know it might sell not at all or at a lesser value. And I'm saying when you know that, you got to still deal with that. So like I'm just using this as an example. I'm not trying to bring Christianity into the argument, but I'm saying from a Christian standpoint, I can't just minister to those who believe what I believe. There's going to be those people that I'm going to have some knowledge and history of the historical Christianity to be able to express why I still feel this faith is good. No, just like you as a vaccine, there's been error in the medical field against Blacks. So you got to still be able to explain.
Yeah, but they don't. But they ain't start thinking about that till now, though, yo.
No, people been like, wait. We're not talking about the ones that's just there to troll you. We're not talking about the ones that's just there to troll, and it don't matter what you show. That's not what we're talking about.
So basically, you saying
there are some.
Let me get what you're saying. What you basically saying is that the impending threat that has been proven and verified, which is coronavirus, we are now more afraid of white people than the actual coronavirus. That's what it all boils down to, right?
Yeah, but why would you?
That's deep.
That's
deep.
You can't be mad. But you can't be mad. I agree. No, I ain't talking like mad for real. But I'm saying you can't be mad at that when you got a community that bash white people as bad about everything. Everything they give you is bad. You got a community that speaks that, so you can't get mad when a people then takes that and applies it to everything.
Yeah, but you man, that's why y'all wanted to debate Jabari, because they was misconstruing parts of Christianity, bro. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you. It's Jesus. That's the that's the point I'm making. And then y'all got us all mixed up in that. Like I never was on none of that. I never was on none of that at no point in time. I'm just not that guy. So I'm just saying on one hand, I'm kind of concerned. And on the other hand, I'm glad we finally stepping up and voicing our opinions. But watch this, the very reason we in this situation of being sicker and being attacked at a higher rate, the Mexican community, the Native American community, and the African American community is based off our social status, our social economics, based off of not believing in the medical system. So it's amazing how we won't get health care, right? Get sicker and die, right? Instead of going to the hospital, we go too damn late. I'm saying that's a cultural problem. That's not a white man problem. Like, we don't have a culture to teach that. We got a crazy pseudo climate to come through and say, yo, you can do this Dr. Sebi, you can do this remedy, you can do this alternative medicine. You don't gotta deal with the hospital. They're gonna kill you. You don't gotta deal with doctors. European science will kill you. And so we spend time in our lives taking alternative medicine, not really knowing what's going on with us. Psychologists, we don't deal with the issues of the mind. It's a joke in the Black community if you say anything about psychology. Anything about psychology and go see a psychiatrist, they laugh and joke at you. When I say now, our community needs that help the most. So we have an anti-scientific community based off the things we went through in the 1600s all the way up to 2020. I get it, man. But for me, man, Black people might lie, white people will lie, but them damn numbers don't. And I'd rather take a vaccine than stand around and get picked apart at the end of the damn day, because I can count. How about that? We need to learn how to count. Add that shit up. Add it up.
Hey, Unc. I'm
listening.
What kind of drugs is on the rise right now?
Opiates.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. They could take all that shit though, huh?
Yeah, I don't get it. But how about this? Black people will go to an unidentified drug dealer and buy drugs and then tell them they ain't gonna take a vaccine. Hell with that.
I just can't understand it, bro.
Hell with that, man.
Yeah, it's a real fine line, man, between saying we, speaking a lot of distrust against whites in the medical community, and then the minute you get cancer, you're sitting up in one of them clinics that with a white doctor that you claim you dislike. I'm not going to no doctor that can't draw my blood work, they can't give me a chest X-ray, right? I can't do that. So we're not living, like Unc has said before, man. We ain't living in the Stone Ages now, man. We're living in a world now where tons of people got access to each other at the click of a button. So information sharing is almost at zipping speed. So everybody has the potential to be much more well informed than we were in ancient Kemet or hell, even 80 years ago. So it's a fine line now. So there's so many different resources that you can engage in, man, to be well informed. I mean, we really don't have an excuse no more.
Man, no excuse, man. And nobody said the vaccines is perfect. No one said none of that. We had some trials that was.
Hold on. I can't let you just get away with that. The mRNA vaccine has proven to be safer than the conventional method, because the conventional method, you heard everybody crying about it because it's got the dead strand in it. Oh, it's going to contain the virus. How we know the virus dead? They're going to poison us with all kind of fetus juice, beetle juice, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't even know what's in the mRNA vaccine or how it works to argue that this is not safe.
Sean, it's the novel mRNA vaccine. We got to remember to put that in there. The novel mRNA vaccine.
They saying it's gonna change their DNA.
Yeah, I get it.
DNA does not leave the nucleus, folks.
I see
RNA does.
I see.
Yeah, it again. Hey, we got free to get. Where you at?
I'm right here, brother. What's up, panel? How y'all doing, man?
How you doing? Black African Power. What's on your mind, brother?
What up? Now, I was saying, like, I got a question to ask. When they say a 95, because when I explain to my homeboys that ask all these questions, hey, man, what if this happened? What if that happened? When I explain to them, I say, well, they say it's a 95% 95% effective rate. Yeah, things are going to happen, but you at percent rate if it does happen to you. 95% of the people will be straight if they take it. 5% of the people, yeah, you may die, you may not die, you may catch it, you may get the disease, but you are in the 5% rate. 95% of the people will be straight if they take it.
No,
it's not 100%.
Don't tell them that, yo. Don't tell them that. Don't tell them that 5% of people might die. You done fucked it up.
As soon as you say 5% of y'all gonna die, it's a wrap.
Yeah, I wouldn't take it, yo. If they
It's
told
a
me,
wrap, bro.
But what I'm saying though is that right or wrong?
No, you can't.
With somebody who is scientific literate. You know,
that's wrong,
if you know science.
No, that's wrong. I'm telling you, don't tell them
what
that.
They really.
They're not saying that, yo. They saying that 95% of the people that take the vaccine gonna have some protection against the COVID virus. They not saying
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Might die. No, that's not what it is. There ain't no death rate on that. Yo, vaccines ain't killed nobody, yo.
No. I'm not saying they may die. I'm just saying if you did die and you took the vaccine, that's in the 5% rate that they predict that they don't know what will happen to you, but they do know 95% of the people who, like, if 100 people take it, 95 people gonna be straight out of the 100. We may have questions about the other 5 people, but we can't say it's 100% effective to everybody who take it. You know, the rate of we don't know is in the 5% range. Whatever happens to you, if you get it, you get sick, you may lose a kidney. I mean, how bro explained to Malcolm, he said that you may get infected, but you won't get the disease. Disease is what causes you to die, to get real sick, where you may have to, get coronavirus tolls and all that. That's the disease, but you may get infected. But at 95% rate, if you do get infected, you won't get the disease. It's stopping the disease, not from you getting affected by the coronavirus. If that's what I think, that's what Brother Malcolm was saying.
Right. That we know of so far as far as the infection rate. So they'll be monitoring that to see if it prevents transmission of the infection. But yeah, other than that, yeah.
Hey, man.
Okay. The question, bro. Did I answer your? Did you answer? Go ahead, Malcolm. Was you still trying to answer?
No. That was Sean.
Let's get Brother Rockman in here, Sean.
Okay. I wanted to go back to 5% because there's nothing's 100%, right? And they were only looking for an efficacy rate of 60 to 70 people. So if they're looking for an efficacy rate in 60 to 70 people, 70%, they'll take 90s all day long. But the difference would be like they may have some type of reaction, or they may get that's a small amount of people. If you look at it overall, you take 200 million, you vaccinate 200 million, and you only say like 2% or 3% of the 200 million actually had a negative response to a vaccine. Would you take that over, you know what I mean, a 60-40 split, or like half the population falling off the planet from not even having the vaccine?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that what they're saying is that the vaccine is going to help more people than it will harm. That's why it's at a 95%. If you're saying something is effective, everybody said that the vaccine is effective, but then you question the effectiveness. Like some people, they saying that they telling you it's not 100%. It's 95% effective, meaning more people who take it would be straight than those who don't. I mean, I'm with y'all. I'd rather take it than not take it. Because if they said it was at a 25% effective rate, I have questions then. They
Shit,
saying 95%.
take that 25. I'm gonna take that 25 all day.
Take that 25, yo.
Shit.
Wait. If they came out and said the coronavirus vaccine right now is at a 25% effective rate, you saying that's better than a 95% effective rate?
No, I'm saying it's better than that.
That's better than
Hey,
zero.
hey, Pastor Bennett, let Pastor Bennett get in here real quick. Where you at, Pastor Bennett?
Hey,
Go ahead.
I'm just jumping off. I gotta go chill with the family and kids. Good conversation with y'all brothers. Y'all was talking some really good information. I appreciate it. Y'all, somebody let Brother Corey know. I'm gonna catch him in that conversation. We're gonna get it on about what our people actually believe, whether they believed it or not. But other than that, man, had a real good conversation. Learned some stuff from y'all tonight. Appreciate y'all. Y'all brothers have a good night, man.
All right, thanks for coming in. Thanks
Peace,
for coming
Pastor.
in. Pseudo killer
Peace,
pastor.
Pastor
Appreciate
Bennett.
you, bro.
100.
Hey, hold on, Brother Rockman, where you at? You was in the chat, and you stepped up for the challenge. Go ahead and say your piece, bro. Can't hear you. You unmuted. Can y'all hear him?
Loud and
Nobody.
clear. I was fucking with you.
Yo, that's terrible, yo. That's terrible, yo.
Hey, Brother Rob. He unmuted.
Yeah, can't hear you.
Trouble with the mic.
All these things we can't hear you, bro. Go out and come back in. Yeah, come back in. All right, so man, yeah, we're gonna give Brother Rob, man, a chance to get back in here, man, and express himself, man. I think we had a good, powerful show tonight, man. We don't want to overdo it, but shit, it seems like the longer we go, the more people flow, huh? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I swear.
We gotta break them up. We gotta probably switch to the real black atheists.
Yeah, break them out. Mm-hmm. But nice little crowd, man. Rockman Abdullah. I know you on. You go back in there, Rockman Abdullah. Has Moderna made a vaccine before? Moderna technology platform.
Yeah.
Synthetic nucleus modified RNA into human cells. What is synthetic nucleus modified RNA? How did they make it? Okay, bro. There you go. I hear you.
And the way they jumped in the vaccine business yesterday, I can tell you that right now.
You said they did what?
They definitely didn't jump into the vaccine business yesterday.
No, hell no. Not even a little bit. Not even a little teeny bit. No. Man, they had over, what's from 17, how much time is that? From 1775. Let's see, where we at? We'll show you how long they've been had time to mess up and do everything they wanted to do.
345.
I think this is valuable, yo. I am so, you want to say something, brother?
Nah. I mean, like I said, we already covered a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I mean, black folks has always had that little paranoia. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, medical education is not. It's not been big in it. It's never been big in the community. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
225 years, yo. Listen, 225 years of vaccine science, yo. 220 from 1795 to 2020 is 225 years to make all the mistakes they want to make to get to this point. It's called technology. Black people get used to it. I can understand why white people aren't scientifically literate. I can understand it because they can just parlay. They can afford to play the game like that. Portions of their community, but I cannot understand why a marginalized community, a community that went through the transcontinental slave trade, a community that went through racism, white supremacy, constantly, okay, systemic racism, not being able to buy houses, own land, not being able to vote, not being able to walk down the street and look another human being in the face based off the color of their skin, you could get hung. Based off of Martin Luther King getting his brains blown out live on TV, based off of Malcolm X getting deaded, based off of the whole 9 yards, based off of not being able to use bathrooms. that had a white sign on it that said white people only, based off of not being able to drink out of water fountains. They give you the little raggedy putt-putt water fountain, white, black signs. Jim Crow laws, based off of being let out of slavery when they wanted to, let you out, don't let you know you're out. You know how long you stayed in slavery, because they ain't even tell you. Based off of after they let you out, they lock you back up again. Crazy, based off of all of that, based off of high rates of police shootings. I do not understand why we're not fighting for our right to be scientifically literate. I don't understand that, and I refuse to accept it. Don't talk me to death. Crazy. No, I don't understand it. I can understand why other people do it, but I don't understand why we do it. Don't understand it. Nope. We supposed to want the best for our babies. We supposed to be making sure that we're never put into a situation when they can enslave us again, mentally, socially, and spiritually. When I say spiritually, I mean food, clothing, and shelter and protection of that. We supposed to make sure that's never marginalized again. That we supposed to fight for our right to understand everything that's going on around us. Our community, I expect that out of our community. Well, maybe I'm just dreaming, huh? That's why I'm here, man. That's why the pseudo killers is here, man. We here for that. But no, me, I don't understand it. I don't. Anybody want to add? Because I know we about out of here, man. Where's CK? Hey, CK. Nope, I ain't gonna let you get away with that, CK. I know you didn't cook dinner by now. I know you didn't play a couple things of this. Your game. Where you at, CK, man? Oh, she's just not gonna do it.
I just want to say one thing. If our people make the mistake in thinking that this vaccine gonna kill them all, I don't see how it gonna kill them all if their ass ain't gonna take it. While on the other hand, all the white people gonna take it, and they gonna be all right, and our ass is gonna die because we didn't take it. So they could farm the fool all they want to.
Hey, who want to bet money that when them lines is wrapped around the corner, there's gonna be a lot of people in line, and they gonna be black people, bro?
Yeah, they gonna do it. They just talking shit.
Like, yeah, like when that shit drop, bro, it's gonna be like, it's gonna be like hot
like
jet.
5G.
Yeah, man, they gonna be on them thing like the new iPhone, like, you know what I'm saying? Like CVS finna be slam, bro. Just like, promise you.
I don't want no 5G. Oh, that Corona. When that bitch drop, all y'all bitches out there trying to get it.
Yeah, always. When that vaccine hit, they're gonna be on it, man. I promise you, man. Because
I say this.
People will follow. People gonna follow other people. When they see them lines, they're gonna be like, shit, let me go ahead and get in that line. No.
All the black people I know that had COVID-19, they say they taking that vaccine. They said, the hell with that. But they told me, man.
Yeah, yo, that shit funny, man. Yeah, that shit funny, man. All right, man. So we had about 2 hours, yo. We had about 2 hours, man. Hey, Malcolm, you want to close us out with something, yo? That's funny. You funny with that one.
Man, Unc and these guys, man, they're doing the work on a regular basis, dude. Like, it's almost a daily basis. Y'all going live, spending countless amount of hours trying to inform the people, man, and really push, like, for free.
Free, yo.
For free.
For free, yo.
These folks reviewing articles online, right? Source after source, playing videos from trusted or reputable medical professionals who are putting not only their life on the line but their family's life on the line. They showing you the data, so it's not a matter of them coming in and being quote unquote chatty patty. These guys got source after source to back up the claims that they're making, trying to bridge the gap between the African American community and science once again, trying to become the reigning champions of science once again. We don't want us to get left behind. We know health and wealth is important to us all, and yeah, there is a fine line between the modern Black community and and their perception of science. But as they're showing, we're now literate enough to understand what's going on. We're now reading the literature, the same books, in the same labs as the same people who once shackled us. We are in the game. We got a sister now, Chris, I think her name Kizmia, they call her Kizia Corbett, who was leading the vaccine trials for Moderna, right? We had a ICU nurse to take the first shot, a sister, ICU nurse. So I stand with this sister being a former trauma ICU nurse myself. She was the first one to take the vaccine right here in the USA. She will be in the history books. So I say to you all, man, listeners, and thanks to the panel, listeners, continue to listen on a daily basis, man. Look at the information you got present. This shit is awesome, dude. I think what they're doing is amazing. And even I come on here and learn from you guys. I'm gonna continue to do so.
All right, man. Look, it's back and forth, man. On that, man. Appreciate you, man. I'm gonna get off here, man. Time to spend some time with the family, man. It is what it is, man. They appreciate everybody, man. Hit that Cash App, man. Pseudo killers, man. Yeah, we out, man. Oh, hold on, Rock, man. Where you at, Rock, man? I'll give you one more chance, Rock, man. You got one more chance, bro. One more chance. All right, there you go, Rock, man. What's up?
What's happening? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you loud and clear, bro. You got 2 minutes.
All right, so check it out. My name is Rockman. I'm from Philly. Been in the last 5% nation since 1990. Studying teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad for 30 years. I'm on my way into the Nation of Islam to take up posts, to greater, get involved in the struggle. A lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad because they don't study his teaching.
All right, we don't want to talk about that. This show not about Elijah Muhammad, bro. We talking about vaccines. You got something about vaccines?
Well, as far as vaccines go, and as far as what the Honorable Minister Farrakhan instructed us, the Honorable Minister Farrakhan from day one said, take this seriously. He said, we have a protocol in the Nation of Islam that says, obey those who are in authority over you. And he said that part of our learning is learning when to do what the powers that be say, but when to not do what they say. So when the restrictions was put out, he put the word out to obey those restrictions. And that's part of the reason why the Nation of Islam wasn't out there with all the protesting and whatnot, because of the fact that even though we was involved in Baltimore and Cali and in other places where there was uprisings, because the restrictions contradicted us being involved, he told us to stand down. So the Nation of Islam has always been on the forefront of keeping people cool through this whole thing, doing seminars about being not being able to move in and out your house, dealing with the stress of COVID, how to get food. We've been sending food all over the country with our food program. So the Nation of Islam has always been scientific in its approach to this crisis. Now, Brother Farrakhan said that the government should lift the embargo on Cuba and allow Cuba's doctors who went all over the world, including into Europe, which helped them beat back the COVID crisis. But in Europe and in a lot of places, they went back on the restrictions because they thought that they had beat it and it was over. So after the Cuban doctors got them through the first wave, they went back on the restrictions to make money, and then came the second wave, and now we are approaching a third wave in Europe, and we're in the midst of a major second wave in the United States.
Hey, bro, hold on. What?
You stupid, yo. Hey, man, I can say something, man.
Oh my God, yo. Hey,
I
man,
don't know.
What you got a problem with? What you got a problem with what I said?
Man, I don't know what the hell you said. You was talking, I was trying to figure it out.
All right, so listen. I said, Brother Farrakhan said that the United States should lift the embargo on the Cuban doctors who went to Europe. Didn't Cuban doctors go to Europe? You don't know that?
Man, come on, man. Come on, man.
Did they go to Europe or not?
No, talk to me. Don't preach at me, else I'm gonna hang up on you, yo. I'm gonna let you know that right now. I'm listening.
All right, so listen.
Hold on, I'm being cordial, yo. You acting like a robot at this point.
I'm not. I'm chilling.
I don't know about nobody going to Cuba.
Listen. I said, Brother Farrakhan said to lift the embargo on Cuba so the Cuban doctors can come here the same way they went to Europe.
Well, who the hell is Farrakhan to tell somebody how to run their country? Is my point.
Listen, Farrakhan is the man of God. He is sitting in the seat of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. He's the commander-in-chief. Listen, you asked, he's the commander-in-chief of the Nation of Islam.
Right.
That's right. And the Nation of Islam have doctors. Brother Farrakhan said we need to call a meeting with virologists from all over the world to learn how to deal with this COVID vaccine.
So you don't think they did it?
No, the Nation of Islam did it amongst ourselves with the doctors that we are working with.
What y'all came up with, bro? What did y'all come up with? What was y'all solution, bro?
All right, so first of all, vitamin C and vitamin D. It's not, listen, it's not food in the sake of just having a better diet. But listen, you can Google vitamin D and COVID and learn about vitamin D. People were getting vitamin D and vitamin C infusions.
Hey, man.
All right. What?
Yeah, bro, hold on for a minute. Why is you yelling, yo? You like you indoctrinated, yo. You like in the Marine Corps or something, yo. Relax, yo.
I'll tone it down. I don't have, I got to use my laptop microphone, so I'm not speaking into a physical mic.
Hey, yo, you know what you sound like, yo? You sound like you will be in the Nation of Islam for the rest of your life.
Oh, I plan to, beloved. I plan to. Look.
So let me say this, though, bro. Let me say this, bro. I'll let you say all you wanted to say, and what you came up with is a vitamin C, vitamin D mix. So my last question to you is, do you think that the vitamin C and vitamin D mix, would that stop you from getting the coronavirus, or will it help you after you get it?
All right. I feel as though enhancing your immune system will help prevent you from getting it. Okay. All right. Now,
hold on, stop. So enhancing your immune system means you're gonna make your immune system better. Am I correct?
Yes. Well, it's not gonna make it better. It is what it is. But what you would do is you will cause it to be like, more active more active, I would say.
Like, so the only way your immune system can be active is if it's trained up. Am I correct?
Right.
So you saying vitamin D and vitamin C can train your immune system?
What I'm saying is, beloved, is that
Hold on, bro, Raheem. Hold on. Don't go all the way in yet. This is the same shit that Amura Ali Muhammad Yakashawa Aboriginal was talking about with this damn vitamin D shit.
I know. I wanted to hear him out.
Yeah, listen, it wasn't just that, brother. If you study, you could check out what the Cuban doctors were doing in Europe and the success that they had. It's something, I don't have all the technical knowledge, but I know it was called interferon. It was similar to what they were using to beat back HIV and to treat HIV. So you gotta just, if you look at it, you will find that the Cuban doctors were doing something that America wasn't doing. Now, someone said before, I put in the chat that Trump got a treatment that they say that normal American citizens ain't getting. They just said Giuliani got the same treatment. Now someone in the chat said that was cap.
They told us what Trump got. Yo.
So now y'all don't trust the media, the same media that's telling you to take the vaccine.
Told
Come
us
on,
what Trump got, yo.
Listen.
That's how they was killing the anti-vaxxers. They was like Trump running around with.
Right, but the people didn't get what he got. That's what I'm saying. The people didn't get what Giuliani got. You can Google that right.
I know. Why didn't they get it?
Trump was saying that he wanted them to get it. You know what I'm saying? And for whatever reason, they didn't. What's up?
Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
This what you talking about?
Well, like I said, I don't know
interferon, so I want to make sure that you understand that you know what that word means, right?
Yeah, like I said, I know it has something to do with interferon and getting interferon into the body. So if it's saying interferon deficiency can lead to severe COVID, then yeah, that's what I was talking about, beloved. But like I said, I'm not a technical person when it comes to this right here. I could beat y'all up on, and listen, I could beat y'all up on the mothership and why it exists. But as far as
we do that tomorrow, we do that on the next show. Make sure you tune in. We always want you here to beat you up.
That's what's up.
Punching bag.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yo, listen, I just want to say this, man. For what y'all do for the conscious community, I've been listening for a while. I've been on Dagger Squad, been on Nutter, you know what I'm saying? So I understand there's a reason why y'all are here. You know what I mean? But I do believe that there are a lot of misconceptions about the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, which I don't want to get into tonight. I know that y'all was wrapping up when I got back on. So, you know what I mean? You know, I you know, y'all cool in my book. I don't have like no feelings or nothing.
Yeah, I don't got nothing against Elijah Muhammad.
Sure, I do.
I just don't trust him when it comes to vaccine.
Yeah, look,
I got all kind of issues.
And just so that you understand, the Nation of Islam's plan is to get something better for the people.
Better than the vaccine, bro?
Better than the vaccine. True indeed. There is something, listen, there is something with the messenger mRNA and that technology that is not right. It does something where it bypasses what vaccines normally do. Now, I want to say this. The Nation of Islam, Reza Islam, and I'm only saying this because he's not here. We are not against vaccine science. All right, we are against the misuse of vaccines.
They are against vaccines.
Listen,
though,
brother, I'm talking. We are not against vaccine science. We are against the misuse of vaccines for eugenicist purposes. Now, you cannot say that there's not a eugenicist purpose. You know what eugenics is?
No.
Listen.
All right, listen. Hold on. Let me say this real quick, bro.
What's up?
So let me ask you one question. Will you be taking the vaccine and do you promote vaccines? Or are you against vaccines?
All right, I will not be taking the COVID vaccine.
Got you. Now, do you promote vaccines for Black people?
I promote proper testing is what we promote. All right?
I know.
Now,
are you going to promote?
Right. Now, what Reza Islam is doing on what's on that board, if it says what it says, why do, and you're gonna have a reason for this, and I know what it is, I think. Why do pharmaceutical companies have exemption from being sued? How many different types of corporations have that? You know what I mean? Right now, Monsanto. That's
a hell of a point.
Listen, Monsanto was being sued because.
Hold on. Freeze. Who just said that?
This Haskell, man.
All right, man. I'm just making sure the proper cheerleader was in the building. Okay.
Exactly. Check it out. Right now, Monsanto is being sued because of something called glyphosate. Glyphosate is in pesticides, and they are spraying it on everything. It may be the reason why a lot of Black men who drink beer, who don't smoke, but they drink beer are getting cancer because they are saying right now that glyphosate causes cancer. So there's a reason to be alarmed. The Nation of Islam definitely is predicated on the fact that there is a plan to genocide black people in this country.
Are you
y'all
serious?
can laugh. Listen, y'all can laugh. You can take it for a joke. But
so why he got a panel of white people up there then?
Okay,
why he next to a panel of white people?
Okay, good.
If they got plans on genocide, why he next to a panel full of white people that he calling doctors?
Okay, so
like he working with them, brother.
So
look
guess
like he
what?
working for your genocide, brother.
So guess what? This gonna bring me back to the statement I was originally going to make. Which listen, hold on, brother. Let me get this out, please.
Hold on, Rex. Hold on, Raheem, man. You've been rocking for like 25 minutes now. So
no, I gotta kill that. You gotta let me kill that point.
Questions too.
Listen, check it out on the white man thing.
No, we actually heard you.
No, you didn't hear me on the. No, you didn't hear me on the white man thing.
Hold on, is the white man the devil?
All right, good. I'm glad you asked me that. The white man is the devil. He is not. Listen. Hold,
Hey, well, why does the minister's son have a white wife?
Listen. We're gonna get into that. I'm gonna smash that. And look,
why is RZA working with white people? The white man the devil, but RZA working with him, yo.
I was going to open with this. You stopped me, so that's the law's mathematics. I'm about to smash this right now.
So basically, you saying the devil. Hold on, can the devil be reformed?
The devil cannot. Listen.
I'm listening.
Hey, y'all love the bullshit, boy.
The white man is not the only devil. That's what I was going to answer with. So for people who make these comparisons,
said, can he be reformed? That's all.
Listen. The devil cannot be reformed by us, but the devil through living experience can be reformed, and that is on Allah to do that. So we are not. Listen, hold on.
Wait. So all I'm saying is, so basically, he has a whole panel full of non-reformable people agreeing with him on vaccine.
I just told you that we cannot reform the devil, but life experience can reform the devil. And the lessons, it don't say that the white man is the only devil. We teach that as black devils. We teach that the black man. Listen, hold. What?
Hey, bro. You trying to be an Arab is devil. You the devil. You trying to be an Arab.
Because
you sound like Wesley Muhammad right there, yo.
No, because
they all sound the same, yo.
Listen. Y'all can listen.
A little bit like Wesley Muhammad.
Check this out though. But
check
y'all
yourself,
don't
even listen to yourself. Go back to the show.
But y'all don't.
Hey, bro, have you been castrated?
Listen,
you been castrated.
But y'all don't know this. You all making all these jokes prove my point because y'all was serious about the lives of black people. Y'all wouldn't even be joking right now. The laughing gallery, right? Y'all the hyenas and the Lion King. Y'all the hyenas and the Lion King. So let's deal with this. The Nation of Islam never said that the white man is the only devil. Question, what is devil? Any live grave?
He done this shit. Now,
I mean, the louder that you yell doesn't make you more.
Yeah, we
right,
can't even hear you when
right?
you're yelling, man. This is a cordial conversation. Relax.
Hope you know there's some former NOI people up in here, and I don't remember the teaching saying all that.
Hey, I'm glad he brought that video up. I was gonna mention it before, but we was closing the show.
Hey, listen up. Can y'all hear me?
No, I muted you for a minute because
we don't want to.
Relax.
But,
well, hold up. If y'all going to jump me, right?
No, I didn't know I jumped you. Relax.
Yes, y'all did, man.
Come on, y'all. Unabated.
CK got something and somebody else got something. I just got stolen on like a few times, and I can't defend myself.
Man, I am being extremely fucking nice right now.
CK, I'm not scared of you, CK.
Hey, Rock Man.
CK, I'm not scared of you. And none of y'all.
Hey, Rock Man,
fall asleep on y'all.
Rock Man.
Extremely nice.
What's up?
Some other people want to get in there too, Rock Man. That's all that is, bro.
Right, can I finish this point about the white man being the devil? Because I was going to build on
that. All right, we got you.
Let me get in right quick, bro.
I got you, bro. I believe you. I'm with you. Let it go.
Let me get in right quick, man.
Hold up, Pascal. I have a question for Brother Rahman.
Yeah, let's CK get it in.
Hey, Brother Rahman, did you I'm assuming you went to school here in America, correct?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you went to some of the public schools in the area, elementary, middle, high school. Did you go to college?
4 times. I dropped out. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I'm glad that you did all that good stuff. So that means that you had to take all these lovely vaccines that you're speaking out against, correct?
Yes, the difference is how many and what type.
Don't matter. Did you take the
check it out.
prescribed
No.
vaccines for you to go to elementary and middle and high school?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I don't have any more questions.
All right, so dig this. Do you know? All right, so do you know that
prosecution rests?
Hold up, no, not yet.
No, we done. Let
hold up.
Let Wisdom comment talk. We heard
At 6 months, at 6 months, a baby takes the same amount of vaccines that we used to get by age 18. Did you know that?
Okay, no, we didn't know that.
No, that's not
okay. Do the knowledge on that.
No,
he's actually right about that. But
do the knowledge on that.
but Rock Man, can I get in, bro?
We didn't know that. We didn't know
Sure
that,
indeed.
man.
Okay.
Stop bro. Let me get some, my boy.
What's up?
So yeah, Sean, I want to ask Sean a question, man. So what's the verdict, Sean? Was I vindicated in the assertion I made earlier? Saying that,
no, you were not. You pseudo. You know you pseudo with your bad methodology.
Hold on. Method Man. My assertion was when they write in the vaccine trials that such and such vaccine is 95% effective, it's not referring to preventing transmission. That was my only assertion. So what was pseudo about?
Why you try to come back 2 hours later after you done made sure you got yourself some more clarity after we done cleaned it up, so you can come back on here and then try to represent your argument.
You shadow banned me, dog.
Hey, don't worry about it. Hey, man, listen. Hey, man, even a clock, right? Twice a day, yo.
Hey, I love coming on here with y'all, though, man. I love these discussions, bro. It's rousing, you know.
Yeah, we let Rock Man rock out. We let him do all that. It's all good. We ain't trying to cut nobody's voice. I just don't want to hear the voice in the chat room. So I love when people come on. I'm gonna let y'all talk. And I think he got his point. I ain't gonna let him teach the Elijah Muhammad shit over here though. That's ridiculous. As long as he's still
have him back on. You got to have him back on to discuss that mothership though.
Yeah.
I want to hear that.
So y'all really want to lose more brain cells? Like y'all have more to give?
Nah, I ain't gonna do it. I gotta catch one of my days.
Hold on, let me give y'all. Can I give y'all a preview?
No,
all right,
man.
check it out.
I mean, we're all very familiar with
the
major ideology that infects
It's just
the
a
black
question.
community.
Y'all can go around. It's just a question.
How old is man?
Oh, chill. All right, hold up. Are the pyramids primitive or advanced compared to today's technology of building structure?
Ooh, that's actually a good question.
For you, Ziv, I know you think it's a good question.
No, that's actually a good question.
Nope. I'm saying because we might not have all the ins and outs on how something was built damn near 3,000 years ago, don't mean that technology is more superior. It don't mean that.
Okay, that's not what he asked though. That ain't what he asked though.
He said, "Would you pyramids more something superior than today's technology?"
No. He said, "Would you class it as primitive or advanced?" That was his question.
Advanced technology for that time.
Okay, have anybody been able to duplicate and build the pyramids? And have tests been done?
Yeah, they've done a lot of work in that area. And yeah, the Chinese tried to do it. They ended up making a pile of shit.
Okay, so how can you classify the pyramids as primitive?
You said that. I said they was advanced technology for the time.
No, but you said for the time. Time is not in this right now.
For a rock structure, it was superior technology, bro.
So give me an example of a building today that is more technologically advanced than the pyramids.
First of all, the pyramids wasn't a place where you was walking around and chilling. All right. So come on, Dale. Let's not make it more than what it is, nigga. It was a symbolic mountain for the pharaoh. All right.
Okay. Have you seen the map of the inside of a pyramid?
Yeah. It ain't that slick. Got some chambers in it. It ain't that slick, bro. Like you
Nah, that's definitely false. That's definitely false.
Buildings today.
Man, that shit ain't.
Nah,
Come on, man.
We got
Nah,
buildings today that you don't even have to walk up to get from floor 1 to floor 2. We got elevators. In
I'm
buildings
talking
today.
about the structure, the engineering, not no elevators.
No, it was well built.
Listen,
it was well built for that. It was incredible for that time. What more you want me to say?
It's
It was the seventh
incredible.
wonder of the world. It was
It's
all
incredible
above,
for
nigga,
this
but it ain't
time.
gonna beat the Empire State Building.
no, it does. It does because first of all, the
Hey,
pyramids.
what are you invested in this pyramid? Because you know you
All right,
wasn't
so-
even in the area, yo.
All right, so check it out. All right, cool. So you say, all right, so now I'm gonna do something else.
Nah, you was trying to get into the conversation.
No.
with that.
No. I swear, I'm gonna stay on point. Check it out.
I see. You trying to get back to the Muhammad.
Who are the 24 elders in the book of Revelation?
I told you.
Who are the 24 elders in the book of Revelation?
One was Farrakhan, one was Elijah Muhammad.
Come on, beloved. I'm asking a question. We always talk. Listen, we always talk about. Listen, we talk about. We talk about. We talk about Jesus. We talk about the prophets. How come y'all never talk about the 24 elders?
Wait,
I'm curious as to why the hell are you injecting a cult fucking religion into vaccines?
Listen, I'm asking about the 24 elders of the book of Revelation.
I'm talking about that. That ain't been what the discussion been about tonight. I don't think we should be entertaining this crazy.
Hey, you notice you saying book of Revelations, bro?
No, I'm not doing that. I'm actually not doing that. I'm not.
Hey, CK, if that's you turning up, you're gonna have to do better, sweetheart.
Hold on. Now all that.
Oh no, I'm being extremely nice. I'm up here multitasking.
Listen, this is what we're gonna do. I'm getting off.
I feel like it's a waste of time. That cult's been killed years ago.
24 elders. I'm getting off this joint right now. I appreciate you calling in Rock Mine, yo, and the Book of Revelation and all that shit. Yeah. I ain't doing it. I'm gonna go get with the kids, man. Hang out with them, man. I appreciate y'all coming through, man. Hit that Cash App, Uncle Cat, right? Just support all the channels, all the fans.